It's the MythWits, a geek pop culture web series, broadcast live for video and audio podcasts. Watch us live at MythWits.com and find us on YouTube and iTunes, bringing you news and reviews about geek pop culture. We have comedy skits, play nerd-tastic games, and provide extensive on-location con coverage. And now, your hosts. Hot damn, it's time for the MythWits, another great episode. And with us tonight, well, hold on, wait a minute. Let's scratch that. This show is not safe for work. If you have sensitive ears, please tune in at a later time.
Hey, Pete?
Yes?
Is this show safe for the bridges of Madison County, or bridges over troubled water, or water under the bridge, or Jeff Bridges, or Lloyd Bridges, or...
Son of a bitch. Mike beat me earlier in the King of the Bridges game.
I'm so lost.
No, it's a King of game. So you'd pick something, you know, like bridges or I don't know, cars, and you'd come up with all these sayings or names or anything with the word cars or bridges, whatever you've chosen. And he totally trounced me in the bridges game tonight.
Ah, I see.
So tonight we are joined by my co-host Michael Kafis.
What's up, people?
Brian Olvera.
Yo!
Allegra may chime in at some point. She was here, but I don't know. The internet gods kicked her out of the room. She may be back soon. But returning triumphantly as our special guest tonight is Paul E. Cooley.
Hello out there in Radio Land or Video Land, whatever this might be.
Yes, whichever one. We haven't got the audio. Well, if you're listening, okay, so if you're listening to this on audio, we got it working. But if you're not, if you're watching this on video, we haven't gotten the podcast.
Not yet.
We haven't got the RS friggin' thing working just yet. Well, Paul, you know all about programming stuff. Maybe you can help me out a little later with the getting this RSS feed working. Fucking no, it's Squarespace, right? So like, it's supposed to be easy, and for whatever reason, I can't get it working. But I know it will. It's just.
Well, there goes our Squarespace sponsor.
No. I'm not doing something right. So. I'm the retard in the room.
What does RSS stand for? Really shitty syndicate? Something like that.
I don't know.
Really simple syndication.
Yeah.
You Philistine.
So anyway, Paul is joining us. He has a little thing called shadowpublications.com, which is his website that he does all of his things, all the things from. And Paul's been on the show before, so if you're an avid watcher of the show, you've already met Paul.
We're sorry.
Yeah, and we apologize, but we're going to subject you to him again.
Hey, Paul is our first returning guest, full guest. Like, we've had other people back to promote something, but Paul is like, you know, he's so good, he's coming back for a second. It was so good, we wanted a second round.
Oh, wait a minute.
Plus,
boom, there's Allegra. All right.
And boom goes the Allegra.
Wait a minute, you're muted. There you go. Hi.
There we go.
So here's Allegra. Meet Paul. Paul, meet Allegra. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Paul.
Hi.
Okay. So
I'll be here for a hot second until my connection drops out again.
Right, and her face will probably freeze in the most awkward position.
Yeah, it's going to do something like...
that.
Yeah, she'll be like,
It never freezes when I'm doing, like, glamour model face. It's always when I'm doing something awful, so...
It's because it knows.
You know what your mother told you. If you keep doing that, your face will freeze like that.
Right. So
My
Paul...
mother always told me I was going to go blind.
Well, hey.
Too much TV, I swear.
Yeah, wrong channel.
And a little too much work on the remote control, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink.
There's a reason they now invent something called a Wiimote.
Oh, God.
It's motion controlled, I swear. What are you playing? I'm playing Smash.
It's a shooter. It's a shooter, I swear.
It's a selfie. It's a selfie game.
I'm trying to get this headshot. Leave me alone.
Oh, jeez.
Wait a minute, is it a headshot or money shot?
Hey, family show? No, not really.
No, not at all.
Family show.
You've been here before.
This is why they had to invent the condom wrapper for the Wiimote.
First-person shooter.
Oh,
good one. Oh, King of the Shooters.
King of the Shooters.
Hold on, let me add the Rumble Pack on this bad boy.
Oh.
Oh, Brian, so you're the type that needs the Rumble Pack, huh? Sorry to hear that.
It's nostalgia, dude.
Brings a whole
Every
new meaning to
Nintendo
the
product
word
needs a Rumble
headset.
Pack. I'm just gonna put these away.
Wait a minute. Could they have like a Sabian pack? Isn't it? Is that what that is?
Oh, Jesus.
Sabian Simulator. There we go.
Right.
Coming to the Nintendo Wii.
And this show is off to the right start.
That's playable on the XX Xbox.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh.
All right, you clowns. So
This is nothing but facepalm this evening.
That or the 4 PlayStation.
station, right?
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So does that make the PS4? Is that like a group activity? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, yes. There's
Yes.
crackers involved somewhere,
They
right?
they like to
Oh.
they like to promote sharing the fun. All right.
Is
Since
that what-
Microsoft can't share the fun.
Oh,
Good face it froze on this time.
what's
I
that?
like
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
it's
good
great.
one. No, that's a real good one, Allegra. Yeah, I like
That's
that
your-
one.
That's,
Ew,
it should just
you're
stay like that for the rest of the
disgusting.
show.
Here's our format for the show.
That's nasty.
You total freaks.
Allegra, we're gonna have to get you hooked up with some internet settings.
I understand.
I don't know what it is, man.
So, oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna hide that.
I
Hold on
hate
one
to
second.
ask, who's your provider? Cox Communications?
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey,
What?
Pete.
That is a legitimate company.
Oh,
It's Time Warner.
okay.
Oh, just
So it's
as
not
bad.
Comcast. I mean Comcast.
Triple Xfinity. Pete.
Wow.
Can I take this
Pete.
train back on the track?
I
No,
feel like
hold
I'm
on a
back
second.
at
You
work.
can try.
We have to build the track first.
Try so hard.
I have a bit of off-topic commentary right now.
Uh-oh.
Your fucking dog is stinking up the room so bad right now. It isn't even funny.
Do you want me to call it? Do you want me to call
I
her
mean,
in here?
Oh my God! Yes, you deserve what she's putting out right now. Oh, in case anybody doesn't know, I'm at the Studio 187 satellite position here in the outside basement living room. Go, Maya, go! God, go, go! Oh, it's bad, and she's not even right up on me, but it's like this. I'm in a huge room.
It's like a creeping horror.
It's the wall of stank.
It's a volumetric ton. Oh my God.
All right.
All right.
So I'll be breathing dog fume.
It's okay. Peter's goatee is wilting.
Right.
Look, when Pete and I are in the car heading to cons and stuff together, we have a rule. As soon as the gas has left your ass, the window must go down.
He won't play this game with me though. I got a game I want to play.
No,
What game
there's
is that?
it's
Okay.
not a game.
It's it's called.
Is this a game? Is this a
more of
game
an
like in the horror movies? Like, do you want to
Yes.
play a game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of.
Okay.
See,
Alright.
I'm calling it the window game. And what it is, when we go to cons, we always have this equipment we're carrying around because we're recording stuff, right? So my thinking is, the first person that puts the window down has to carry all the equipment for the weekend. So there's a lot of pre-gaming, like maybe a big bowl of broccoli and some beans and some eggs and some tuna
yeah.
fish.
No.
Right.
No, that's not that. No, you really want to test someone's fortitude. Freaking Chinese food.
Chinese
Thank
food,
you
sure.
very much.
Especially heavy on the cabbage.
Well, actually, you know what? No, that would just ruin your pants. I was going to suggest Indian food, but never mind.
You know what? I'll just carry the gear. Okay.
You forfeit.
I'll carry the gear.
I win by
Okay.
forfeit.
Yes, you win by default.
You know they do sell gas masks.
I saw this thing on Facebook. It was like this this pad you could put on your underwear that makes your farts smell like mint.
What?
my God! Now you're wearing pads.
Sounds like you need to
I
put it in
don't.
your
I don't
dog's
think
ass.
mint-infused fart is going to be a vast improvement over a normal fart.
Right?
It's like,
That sounds awful.
now
Like, now you've ruined normal air and mint.
I'm gonna throw up every time I drink mint tea.
You're gonna be like, oh,
It's like,
mint
hey,
gum.
it's,
oh God, oh.
It's like, hey Brian, it's like I got you some. What is it? Green spearmint gum.
Mint underwear.
A little mint chocolate kitty.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, know
now
what?
you
Mint is
ruined mint chip ice cream for me.
Oh, that's not
Everything
right.
mint is the worst now.
It's all part of the public service, folks.
Oh man.
That's sad too, because I just bought a pint and it's in the freezer.
You might as well set it on fire.
Hey, at least it's not Rocky Road.
Oh.
Why are you ruining ice cream flavor? What is wrong with you?
Have you read Closet Treats? I ruined more than that.
Or a mudslide.
Oh.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope that my camera just cuts out and I don't hear any more of this. I like ice cream and you're making it bad.
The look on the frozen camera right now is kind of like, I'm intrigued.
No, that is not my facial expression.
No, it totally is.
It needs to be more like,
Tell me more of this mudslide, Michael.
All right.
Tell me more about it.
Let's go through the list of ice cream flavors we can ruin. I'll start off with Chunky Monkey.
Wow.
You know what?
Double fudge chunk.
Oh.
Chocolate chip cookie dough, son.
Oh,
and
oh,
she
he's
left.
gone. Chubby hubby.
Chubby.
I just said that.
I guess I crossed the line with chocolate chip cookie dough because she bounced as soon as I said it.
All right. Oh my God. All right. So Paul, you happen to write some stuff.
Yeah, I've been known to write some things.
He's a writer. I thought he was a comedian.
And right down the alley of what we've been speaking. Let's see how the streets go. How's the street go?
How does it go?
How did it go? I'm sorry. How did it go? How was your run with the street?
It went very well. We're on the second printing. Raised almost $400 for Jim Henson workshop or Sesame workshop.
Cool.
And the books still sell. I haven't been pimping it too much, mainly because I've been so wrapped up in this other book.
Right.
But it's done really well. Ah, shit!
Are you okay?
You did not see that.
No, that did not happen.
Paranormal activity!
Wow.
Lies. It's all
That
lies.
just happened.
I'm awake now.
Okay.
Sorry for that technical.
That's all right. It happened to Mike a couple shows back, didn't it, Mike?
This is you-know-who speaking.
That was karma. That was ice cream karma right there.
Hey now.
You know what? That's the ghost of Miss Piggy. Fucker.
The bitch had it coming.
I thought it was gonna be. Paul. This is Cthulhu.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, is watching this show, didn't see our previous show with Paul, we wrote a series called The Street. I suggest you go back and watch that show, but if you don't have time, Paul wrote a really funny, awesome set of stories. I guess the stories then were formed into one book, right?
Right.
Yeah. And it's about the Muppets if they had been real and the show Sesame Street was canceled, and then what happens to all of these poor out of work, this whole town of out of work Muppet actors, and gets a little graphic.
What could go wrong?
Yeah,
It's
little
not-
graphic,
It's not approved for children. It's
No.
just not.
but it's totally approved by the cast of this show because holy shit, it's funny. It's awesome.
Well, thank you.
So then Paul contacted us and he said, "Hey man, I got a new book coming out. I'd like to promo it a little bit." And we said we'd love to have you on. So Paul, you wrote a little thing called The Black.
The Black, yes.
So tell us about The Black. I mean, I'm looking at the image right now, so our fans can see it too. It looks like an oil rig, like an oil line going down, and there's this tentacle coming up. So tell us about The Black. What is The Black?
The Black takes place on an oil rig that's about in 30,000 feet of water. They found a new trench and all the seismic surveys leads the team to believe, or the company to believe, that it's got the richest oil reserve, probably bigger than Saudi Arabia, beneath it. So they send an exploration rig out, and hilarity ensues.
Hilarity,
yes. They're using autonomous underwater vehicles. They've got seismic sensors down there. Of course, no humans can go down there, right? So they can't see what's going on, really.
Right.
So all they've got robotic footage and things like that, and they start realizing that things are a little strange. The surveys that they ran no longer match what's really going on down there. So, but they drill and they bring stuff up.
Of course they do.
Yes, of course. And so hilarity ensues after that. It's a pretty nice little thriller. It's been described as Peter Benchley meets Cthulhu, or Lovecraft rather.
I know the second half of that. Who's Peter Benchley?
Jaws.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he also write a story called The Creature, or The Creature? It's like a shark man.
Yep.
Yep.
There were several creatures that Mr. Benchley has brought to us over time. I think there's several movies that have been made of his stuff, but The Black is it's my first real monster story. So
Okay.
I had a really, really good time with it. It wrote itself pretty fast. I talk a lot about how drilling actually works, which people by and large don't understand how it works.
No.
But I try not to bore you with that. But it's gotten pretty good reviews, and it's selling really well. It's selling beyond my expectations. Sever Press is very happy. I'm happy. It's been a fantastic experience.
Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, the technical stuff, I mean, for some people it'll bore them or whatever, but Mike and I just finished reading a little book called The Martian, which had a lot of techno speak in it, and the book was fucking fantastic. I mean, really, yeah. Mike's doing The Martian now. No, it was, I mean, Mike kind of, where did we hear about that? We heard about it on, I think Brian was talking about it or something, weren't you, Brian?
Yeah.
Like one of our news items?
I believe so. I'd have to go back.
Wasn't it like Ridley Scott? I think Ridley Scott was producing it or something. Or
Yes.
So
it was option. Yeah, we heard. Brian did report that it was optioned for the movie, and I had heard from many other podcasts I had listened to, like many other people were like endorsing The Martian, something that was on Audible and things like that. A lot of podcasts obviously have ads for Audible, and it's like everybody's pick. And I was like, geez, if this many people are picking it, I'm gonna give it a shot.
But what I was saying, where I was going with that, not to get away from The Black, because The Martian's good, but I mean, come on, we're talking about The Black right now. Is that the techno speak in it? It didn't take away from the story. It added to it. I mean, I thought it was awesome. All this shit I learned about, being an astronaut, and apparently the guy researched it pretty well because Chris Hadfield, am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, I think so.
The astronaut was saying, shit, what was it? David Bowie song?
Space Oddity.
Yeah, he that astronaut, that guy, Chris Hadfield. Anyway. Excuse me. So he endorsed it. He said that the science in it was pretty dead on. So I was just like, well, if an astronaut who is obviously brilliant, I mean, this guy's really smart. If he says that the science is good, then I'm just gonna take his word for it. So it was good. It was a really good story. So anyway, getting back to The Black. So you go into how the oil rig industry works and a lot of the inner workings of how that happens and stuff. Now, how did you do? So I'm assuming you had to do a lot of research.
Yeah, I've worked for oil companies before on the software side of things, and had to get familiar with certain problems that offshore drilling causes, and I've had a couple of friends who've been on rigs, and I even have a friend who piloted ROVs for one of the oil offshore rigs. An ROV is I can't remember.
Remote operated vehicle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So basically, he drove those around the drill string to check things out as they're going down. Was never in that many feet of water, but the same principles apply. And AUVs are actually the cutting edge technology that's coming out next, because you can program them. They've got some AI in them. There's all sorts of going on.
That would be the autonomous unmanned vehicles.
The autonomous underwater vehicle.
There you go.
In this case.
Yeah, because autonomous kind of means unmanned. It's just...
Yeah. You're being redundant there, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Seriously.
Just shut up.
Tell me something I don't know.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, so real quick, while I'm thinking about it, because we're gonna forget and we're gonna get way off this. I think Paul Cooley has a shout out to a certain somebody who likes to watch our show.
Oh well, you know, not to, and I know David. Hold on, David Benavides is
yes.
listening. He is our #1 fan. But my like as far as the shows, who is like my #1 fan as a panelist would be my mommy, and so I asked Paul if he would give Mama Marsh a shout out.
Mama Marsh, this is Paul Eller Cooley wishing you a fantastic evening. Bye.
Perfect.
Well,
Way to channel your Vincent Price.
Well, if that doesn't wet your seat.
Paul Cooley, ladies and gentlemen, panty dropper. Panty droppers of mothers everywhere.
I was told that was a very sexy voice.
All right, Beetlejuice, settle down.
So when you say this is a monster story, how tight to the science do you stick, or do you have some freedom? Like, for example, because, like, all right, so our buddy Scott, he does stories that are very tight to the science, and his stories almost aren't monster stories. They're more like, I don't know, like crazy animal stories, more or less, like mutated stuff that's kind of realistic. Did you stick much with the realism, or did you or did you have the freedom to venture away, or how did you treat that?
As far as the drilling stuff went, I tried to be as scientifically accurate as possible. As far as the oil itself, I tried to be as scientifically accurate as possible, but then I threw that out the window because I wanted it to be. My dad's a chemical engineer, so he's been dealing with in the oil industry for 40 years now.
Okay.
So we had a lot of conversations about possible strangeness that you could find, and I asked him. Basically, the way oil wells work is they look like an aquifer.
Right.
So basically, you've got water, sitting in there, and oil has always got water with it. So one of the first rules I broke was there's no water with this oil.
Mm.
And the old man had only heard of one place ever that was the case, and that was somewhere, I think, in Montana, where they found a well that the aquifer was just had oil in it, no water.
Right.
So I thought, okay, there's strange weirdness, #1. #2 is to make the crude sweeter than anything that's ever been recorded, and that means that there's almost no refining needed to turn it into what you need to turn it into.
Because in that way, a corporation sees that, and it doesn't matter what the fuck's going on. They're like, no, you're gonna drill that shit. Well, wait a minute, there's weird sites. Shut the fuck up and drill.
Exactly.
It's like, no, hold on, wait a minute, but we've got all kinds of weird drill. Shut up, drill, baby, drill. Right?
It gets better.
Yeah.
Once you drill an exploratory well, the first thing you do is you grab about 4 to 8 gallons of it, throw it in a barrel, and send it to a lab on the mainland.
Oh.
Okay.
Something hilarious must happen there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm writing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Nothing.
But you actually say what could go wrong?
You have to.
Yeah.
You don't get any foreshadowing.
I did a lot of research on undersea animals and talk about lanternfish and some other oddities that are down there, and the kind of pressures that creatures have to endure. Also, some strange behavior they've exhibited in the past. For some reason, like a creature like a lanternfish is living at 27,000 feet below the surface will just rise up for no damn reason and get caught in somebody's fishing net. And that happens, I guess, 2 or 3 times a year, but they haven't been able to figure out what drives them up, and much less how they survive it.
Right.
So they're still
fleeing in their life before the onslaught of Cthulhu.
Right.
Yes.
The lanternfish flings itself towards the surface.
I like where you're going with this.
He's trying to warn the humans.
Why did the lanternfish come up? Because Cthulhu was more scary.
I liked how she said that like the Jacques Cousteau
Yes,
voice.
that was
Yeah.
perfect. I wish she could.
perfect.
I wish she could stay on. Damn connection. So, all right. So they dredge up some of this oil. They send it off to a lab. Now, is that mentioned in the book, or is that something for a sequel, or?
That's all mentioned in the book, and it basically this all happens pretty fast. We're talking about, I think the whole book takes place over 6 or 7 days.
Okay, so this is a high-speed thriller.
It's a high-speed thriller. I mean, basically, when we join our idiots at sea, when we join our scientists and roughnecks at sea, they're just about to drill the first well. So
Okay.
hell's going to break loose fairly quickly, but it's just build suspense every chapter, introduce something weird happening, and people going, what the fuck? And then by halfway through the book, the wheels have completely come off.
Okay.
So it was a lot of fun to write. I'm having a lot of fun writing the sequel right now. So and they bought the sequel 2 days after the book came out. So
Nice.
I have an idea. I know what you should use to write the sequel with.
now I'm terrified.
Because it's a book about things happening at sea, so you should use a sequel.
Oh.
Oh.
Peter, will you walk in the next room and
Sequel.
slap him,
You're
please?
getting, I'm sending the dog back out.
I'm gonna say send the dog back in.
Make sure you feed the dog some chili first. We want to make sure.
I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good,
Yeah,
I'll be
you know,
good.
all things considered, that was actually way milder than what I was expecting, so I think we should just let it slide.
Yeah.
You know, what'd be awesome is if you pinned the sequel in like Octopus Ink.
Octopus.
That would be That would be awesome.
I can't even read my handwriting. There's no way I'll try to write a book like that.
So, all right. So, how many word count? What's the word count on this book? I mean, like, to just get an idea of how thick it is.
84.5, somewhere in there.
Okay,
like
that's good.
260 pages.
That's perfect. I like that. That's good.
I think that's pretty much the target for a lot of the suspense thrillers these days. I kind of like writing shorter books. I don't like writing doorstops. I mean, I love what Sigler does and other folks as well with the longer stories. But I like to compress things. I like to focus on the characters and the crazy shit that I throw them in.
Right.
And so it's a lot more fun if I make it as fast as possible without making you run sprints. I want to do the marathon. So.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like Phil Rossi's Crescent is about a 60,000, 70,000 word book, somewhere around in there. I don't know how many but it's a thinner book. It's fantastic.
It's all about the pacing and what you're revealing and everything else, and that's where the trick comes in with this stuff. Is as a writer, you figure out where your ultimate goal is, you figure out what the characters are, and then you kind of figure out how the roller coaster needs to look.
Right.
And so I just keep adding the drops and the rises and the drops and the rises until we get you way the hell up there. And then we're just going to make that fucker real steep. So when you come down, it's going to be one hell of a ride.
Cool.
All right, hold on. Paul Nash in the chat room just said, like a seagull's tail feather, a seaquill.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Stop.
And I gave him King of the Quills.
Okay. And David Benevides. Oh shit! Benevides.
Remember
He says-
diabetes?
Yeah,
Benevides.
Right. Benevides, right. He says I think Paul should write about that and call it the stench. And he kind of
dog.
The dog. Oh, I get it. Okay.
The wall of
Oh,
stank.
I see where he's doing. You should write about my dog and call it the stench.
The stench.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode.
Actually,
And,
yes.
Paul Nash. Oh, also Paul Nash. He was saying earlier. He says he's reading it and the text speak is awesome. So there you go.
Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it.
And if we ever give you any kind of muse to actually write a story, you have to use our names in the book and give us horrible deaths.
Funny you should bring that up.
Oh yeah.
What?
Shadowpublications.com has something called the Graveyard, and the Graveyard is kind of reserved for patrons and folks who've just been ridiculous supporters of my work, and they end up in the books. So when you end up in the Graveyard, I use your name for a character. In the black, I can't remember. I'd have to go check the site, but I think there were 9 people I took care of in the graveyard this time around.
All right, you have to put a group of fucking complete idiots in your book, and it has to be us. And you have to, I mean, we have to like die like the stupidest dumb like the guys who like, what was that sound? Let me open the door.
I've actually always wanted to write one of those type of stories from the monster or the killer's perspective.
Right.
And have him just sit there doing this, just scratching his head going,
"What not doing?
I'm not sure I can kill these guys. They're too stupid to die."
No.
Or he sets up the traps and they're so dumb that they just like go right through them or whatever else, and he's just sitting there and just...
Either that or they're so dumb and clumsy they just end up killing themselves.
Right.
Just before the killer does. Like, I don't know, like...
Have you guys seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Yes.
No. Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh my god, it's so goddamn funny. It's a total rip on the movie or the entire series Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
And they just do, and it's where the hillbillies are actually the good guys. You know, the rich kids are the ones who are just like total shits. But it is so damn funny because all these coincidences keep happening and the kids keep dying. And Tucker and Dale are like, they're some kind of suicide club or whatever. It's fucking hilarious. But it's got some really grisly deaths. It's awesome.
Cool.
That's cool.
So, so let's go to the Paul. You're gonna have a reading for us, or can you do that? Let's do Paul's reading because I asked him to pick us out a juicy bit.
A juicy bit. A juicy bit. Let's see if I can find this juicy bit.
But make sure it's nothing we need to wipe afterwards.
Nah, it won't be anything that disgusting. All right, so this is right after they've started getting the drill string together, which basically is where they take the pipes, they put them together as they're dropping it down into the ocean, and at this point it's going down, I think, like 31,000 feet or something like that. So this is a portion from the perspective of an autonomous underwater vehicle, number 5, which is also known as the bitch, because the bitch doesn't like to behave. It's always got problems. So here we go. The deepest parts of the ocean are known as lower midnight. No sunlight from the surface reaches these depths. Born in darkness and near freezing temperatures, the sea life is an evolutionary marvel that may very well be older than the dinosaurs. Some fish survive the incredible pressures of the deep only to rise to the surface. No one knows why these strange creatures choose to leave their birthplace and struggle against the pressure to taste the sunlight. Their bodies have molded themselves to not only survive the unfathomable pressure, but somehow reorganize their internal ballast bladders and float to the warm ocean surface. Evolutionary marvel or prehistoric cast-off, these creatures are remarkable in their abilities and design. Like the creatures it encountered at the extreme depths, AUV-5 had been designed much the same way. As it dove from the surface to reach lower midnight, it expelled every last remnant of air. If a single air bubble was trapped inside the machine's body, the incredible atmospheric pressure of lower midnight would result in catastrophic decompression. Its twin ballasts, looking like steel remora fish attached to its undercarriage, were filled with seawater to accelerate its dive to the ocean floor. When it was time to surface, the AUV would open a control valve and expel the contents. The sudden buoyancy of the tanks would aid its ascent. Number 5's programming led it into slow, lazy circles around the area where the drill string should have been. The other AUVs were further off, their cameras pointed straight at a target that wasn't there. Number 5's thermal imaging and blue light cameras snapped the programmed 10 frame per second video and stored them on an internal SSD array. It would continue doing this until it ran out of space, where it was time to surface. The yellow-painted robot, invisible in the pitch-black depths, continued its descent until it reached the wellbore. It studied the spud site. Number 5 pinged the area, analyzed the data, and ensured to the best of its ability that the readings were as expected. The drill string hadn't yet been dropped, so it found no sign of the metal pipe or the blowout preventer. Normally, if it found a problem, its subroutine to ascend until it was in radio range would kick in, but Stanley had programmed the robots to ignore a missing drill string. Number 5 was as content as a machine could be. None of its warning or emergency routines were running. As long as that was the case, it would wait and monitor, As the SSD filled with video, the AUV fired off another sonar burst at the rock and sand surrounding the spud site. The return was strange. AUV-5 marked the reading, but analyzing the data was far above its pay grade. The robot continued pinging the area as it looked for other anomalies. Perhaps the strange echo was a glitch in its system, or maybe something below the rock moved. Either way, it continued its pinging, gathering as much data as possible. Provided nothing of import occurred, it wouldn't begin its trip to the surface until 0400. It continued checking its internal clock, counting off the seconds until the ascent program began. That's that.
Oh, okay.
What? No,
cool.
what do you mean? What happened next?
Just one more chapter.
Please, Polly.
He's there to give you people a little taste. A little taste.
So let me ask you this, without giving any spoilers, a lot of death and mayhem. Does it occur in this book? Does this say?
Oh yes.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Good.
This is Sigler style destroy everything kind of book. So this is the first time I've just gone absolutely whoop ass on my characters.
Okay, so would it be safe to say that when you're reading this or listening, well, are you going to podcast this?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay.
I'm in the process of recording it now.
So if you're reading or listening to this, is it safe to say that nobody is safe from Paul Cooley's scythe?
I think it's safe that, as one reviewer put it, I kept everybody guessing as to who was going to be the last one standing, or if anybody was going to be standing.
So there's no clear and present hero. There's no. Is there anyone who obviously appears immune, or?
You know, I think I set it up one way because the first character you meet, you kind of think he's like the main character, but really, it's an ensemble cast.
Good. Okay. Cool.
There's
awesome.
no. I decided to kind of go along the lines of some of the other thrillers that are out there. I really changed how I put the book together, mainly because this goes outside my series. This is like completely separate. It's not in the realm of the Cooleyverse. It's just this thing that lies outside the Fiends collection, Garaga's Children, The Street, and Tony Downs. It's just by itself. That was the intent. So I decided to try some new things with it, and one of those was to basically try and make it as ensemble a cast as I could.
Okay.
Because a lot of the books that are selling for Severed Press do that, so I figured I'd try it. It was a lot of fun. I'd never done that before. Like, for instance, that portion I just read, I was in the mind of a freaking robot. I've never been in the mind of a freaking robot before. There's a chapter where I'm in the head of a lanternfish, for crying out loud.
No, I'll tell you, when I was listening to that, I felt like the your little robot, your little AUV is kind of like a little puppy dog, and he's just kind of like going south. Hey, look at this!
I'm so happy right now. What could possibly go wrong?
Stuff like that.
Right. No, that was pretty cool.
Okay, did I hear you say that Stan Lee?
I heard that.
Stanley.
I heard that.
Oh, Stanley. Okay, sorry.
Craig Stanley is
okay.
is a childhood friend of mine. He's also known as Catfish, because he's got this big ass. What was it, Charlie the Tuna? You remember Charlie, the old Star Kid?
Yeah.
Well, he's got a big ass Charlie the Tuna tattoo, but it's a catfish. So it's got the whiskers and everything
Right.
else.
Okay.
It looks like Charlie the Tuna. So
With sunglasses.
Yeah. So I
That's
put him
cool.
and smoking a cigarette.
That's like.
So I put him in this book. He also happened to be an ROV pilot in the oil industry. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of know what you're talking about. Your dad was a chemical engineer.
Yep.
You know people you've worked for people from the oil industry. Your buddies from the oil industry. So I would assume that you knew what you were talking about when you wrote this.
Quite a bit of it. There's a lot of stuff I left out because it would just be mind-numbingly, ridiculously,
Right.
just too in depth. You know?
Right.
So I just
I think you did the depth, right? Because it's in depth. No, I'm sorry.
you have a choice. You have a choice to make when you write, any kind of a techno thriller or hard sci-fi like Scott does. God, we really should ring a bell every time we say his name.
I know, right? It's just gonna be a drinking game on this show. I swear.
Every time somebody mentions Sigler, you know, an angel gets his wings or something.
Right.
They'd be drunk.
Has he mooned anyone lately? You have to kind of decide when you write these books how in depth you're going to get. He likes to get into the genetics, like in Nocturnal and Contagious.
Ancestor.
Ancestor. Yeah, all of those. All those books have got those same kind of components where he talks about the different genetics. He talks about viruses and you know, contagious, infected, and pandemic, obviously at great length. And he describes how something could actually happen, and that's really cool. In this particular case, I wanted to just basically give people an idea of how fucking dangerous it is being out on an oil rig. If you meet a lot of these folks, and being down here in Houston, and for most of my life, I've met them. A lot of them are missing fingers. A lot of them are missing toes. It's just the way it is. It's a very goddamn dangerous job being a roughneck. And you know, I do talk about some of the stereotypes and some of the other stuff, and there's a reason some of those things exist. Those people are out there. Yeah, they make some topless bars very, 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 very wealthy. They get paid pretty well, and they spend it all. Every time they get back to shore. So I mean, it's an interesting life to look at. I don't know how these people do it. You know, going on a rig, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on. If it's far enough out there, sometimes it's 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off.
Wow.
So it is a fucked up job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it.
No. That's like those crab fishermen. No, thank you.
I've seen Deadliest
Only if
Catch.
you're
There's
doing
no fucking way I'm going out there.
No.
Deadliest Catch, the strip club edition.
Oh.
We're going crabbing at the Gold Club.
So it just took me to a very scary place. Thanks for that.
So it's kind of funny. Like, I love scuba diving, right? So I don't mind being out in deep water if I have scuba gear on and I'm swimming down with the fishes and I can see everything. It doesn't bother me one bit. But anytime I don't have the gear on and I'm in deep water, like you're swimming in water that you don't know how deep it is or what could be down there, it gives me a little bit of the willies. Do any of you guys on the show, any of you guys have that, get that, like...
I can't stand, like, open ocean, like open water. I would lose my shit if I woke up on a tiny little dinghy in open ocean.
Right.
So, like, is The Life of Pi like a horror movie for you?
Yeah. Right?
That would be. Oh my god.
Open ocean bad CGI.
Dude, the movie Deep Water.
Tiger, take me now.
The movie Deep Water was scary as fuck for me. Any of you guys see that?
Deep
No.
water.
Yeah, I did.
It's about it's scuba divers. They go out and they separate from the group, and then the.
Oh, you mean open water?
I'm sorry. You're right. Open water. That movie scared the fuck. I was like, holy shit, because I've gone scuba diving. I like scuba diving. I'm like, I could see that shit happening to me. Oh my god, because you're out in the water and you don't know where shore is. You could be. We could swim that way, but we could be swimming away from shore. So
I don't know. I liked Waterworld.
So I think that's a pretty. I think it's kind of a.
That was for you, Paul.
I'm sending the dog out. I think that was a pretty.
Please do.
I think it's a pretty.
God, even Allegra left.
I think it's a pretty universal fear. So I think these kind of movies, books, movies, stories. I think they tend to apply to everybody, and they have sort of like this universal like fear to them, because anyone who can imagine being on an oil rig over how deep did you say it was?
30,000 feet.
30,000 feet. So that's somewhere around 6 miles, right?
Yeah, 5.6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and
that's like 100,000 yards. Do the math.
That's at least 12 kilometers.
But it's deeper than 6 feet. Okay, that's all I got. That's all I got.
30,000 feet under. That's a new TV show.
But I mean, I don't even have if you go into how many atmospheres or whatever that is. But it's like
the pressure's absolutely outrageous at those depths.
Ridiculous.
It is just insane, and the fact that things live down there, and now that we're exploring this, and one of the reasons that AUVs got in this book anyway was as I was thinking about it, I was just putting an AUV in there, and then this group out in Massachusetts had the deepest diving AUV. It made like 2 missions, I think, and the third mission, They sent it down. It never came back up in one piece. It came back up in pieces.
Yeah, right.
At least, and I haven't heard whether or not they figured out what happened. But the idea is that maybe they did get an air bubble in there and it was explosive decompression, or maybe Cthulhu just took a swipe at it. I don't know. Or maybe the blacks said hello. I have no idea.
Now, James Cameron has paid Cthulhu off. I don't know. He's. I think he was wearing his Deep Ones.
Yeah, James. It's really interesting. James Cameron invented and drove the invention of all these new stuff, all this new gear, to allow humans to grab in some submersibles and suits and down to about 27,000 feet. So that's happening. So people are finally able to actually go down there and see for themselves. And this the blue light camera technology I talk about in the black. I actually got that from a company that makes that stuff.
Okay. It's
not used instead of traditional headlamps or anything else because they lose all the resolution. So you're using this interesting, I don't know what else to call it besides blue light. You have to see it. It's kind of freaky.
That's sponsored by Kmart, right?
Oh,
Stop it.
Jesus.
So what it does...
All right, that's it. The dog.
As I was saying... If you shoot in black and white, you really, if you think about it, you've only got 256 shades to deal with. So the resolution kind of gets cut. Everything gets really, really sharp. The blue light has got some ridiculous number of shades to it. So it's able to capture a lot more of the resolution. It's really, and this stuff has only come around in the last couple of years. So there's still so much we don't know about, what's living down in some of these trenches, and it's just terrifying. There's a lot of stuff we know that lives at like 12,000 feet, and those things are pretty terrifying as well.
Right.
But the stuff that's way the fuck down there, and, the more that we study the ocean, the more we're finding some of these trenches that go way the hell down there, 35, 37,000 feet.
And here's a question I have: has anyone, and I'm not being funny, this is a serious question. Has anyone ever heard anything about anyone eating anything from those depths? Like, you had these volcanic vents, right? And you have all the creatures that live around those. Like, could you even eat that shit? I mean, because, like, these things live off of sulfur and like, really nasty stuff. Like, so, you are kind of what you eat, and they're like, living off of sulfur and
they're living off of H2S, which would kill you if one part per million got in your nose.
So you probably, I would imagine you probably can't eat those, but like these other things.
Are you trying to find a way to make the basement smell worse? Is that what's going on here?
No, I think actually he's looking for a new form of sushi. That's what's going on here.
Right. So like could you
forget Fugu? We've got acid fish.
Sequel.
Right. Like, so could you eat one of these lanternfish? Can you eat one of them? Is there anything
Why
to
would
eat?
you want to eat one of those?
I don't know.
I have no idea. Have you seen what these things look like?
Any fish that comes with its own light bulb, there's definitely a problem with it.
Look,
I'm sorry.
I'm a human beings, and human beings are omnivores, and when they see something moving around, the first question is, can I eat that? I mean, look, come on. The first motherfuckers who ate a crab were thinking that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
but it was a trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me check.
It's like,
This is the worst.
yeah,
He
Carignar.
got mad, threw it at a rock, and it cracked open.
The Carignar, no, eat that.
I don't know if I want to eat something that's going to bite me back. You know?
All right.
I don't know, Pete. That's a very interesting question. I never even thought about that, but I can tell you one thing: there's no fucking way I would. There's no fucking way. Have you seen what a lanternfish looks like, or some of the other shit that's down there?
They
That's
don't
some
even seem
scary
like they
looking
have
stuff.
a lot of like flesh on them. Like they
Right,
seem like
yeah.
basically very, very thinly contained organs and some bones or something. Maybe.
And you would have to ask, like,
And
what,
teeth.
how, what would make their teeth just develop the way they do? I mean, it's just, you really need teeth like that?
There's no kill like overkill.
Look, dude, I would peel the skin off that thing and deep fry it and eat them like pork rinds. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you would. I know you would. Everything tastes better fried, even sulfur-based creatures.
Give me the light bulb.
like my dog's ass right this minute, right?
Better you than me.
Oh,
Man,
shit.
deep fry that.
Oh my god. All right, so Paul, you've gotten some reviews from the Black already. So what are people saying?
That I'm out of my fucking mind.
Well, let's.
Anything right now.
That's an endorsement.
But we knew that was coming.
Right.
They're basically everybody's kind of saying it's a fantastic suspense thriller. I think Ed Lauren put a really good review up there, although he did have a gripe with me. And I understand his gripe.
Right.
But everybody's really pleased with it. I saw the first couple reviews come in, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was told that it was really good. Sever Press was really excited about it. But, you always, when you're a writer or creator, you always make something up, you put it together, you throw it out there, and you're like, oh, okay, well, this is shit. And then people start coming in and going, wow, this is really, really good. When are you writing the next one? You go, oh, okay, maybe it don't suck after all.
Right.
Do you trust the good people at Goodreads, or you don't go there?
I go and look at that stuff. I don't get a whole lot of reviews on Goodreads. But what I do with those folks, if I get a bad review from somebody, what I'm going to do is, if I feel butthurt about it, is I will go check out other reviews that they posted of other books.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And sometimes you can just look at the review history. And I had somebody diss on Tattoo. And she was like, well, I think the writer needs to go to a workshop on how to write a story or whatever, a more complex plot. It's like, okay, that's a hilarious review, and I posted it. It says it's a fucking novella.
Right.
Well, I looked at all the books that she reviews that she likes. They're all fucking doorstops.
Right.
If you like 400-page books, why the fuck are you reading a 20,000-word novella, which is maybe, 65 pages?
Right, exactly.
So I just laughed off the review because it's like, okay, fine, whatever. A on.
Yeah. You got a couple of those assholes that just cut and paste their bad reviews on everyone's book.
They just
Those
love
are
being
trolls.
They just love being dicks.
Okay, I have to ask, because I dropped out a couple of times. At any point in your book, is there a scene where, the oil drilling area has, literal tentacles rising up out of the sea around it, and the head of the corporation guy is like, no, seriously, you guys need to go drill that?
No, but if the rig had been owned by BP, I probably would have.
And then right in the sequel, we'll have an apology quote.
No,
fuck
it
BP.
Hey,
We're sorry.
hey, Pete.
What's that?
Whoops.
I have a what is that called? A Total Recall quote from that.
Okay.
I'm gonna drill you, sucker!
Oh,
I got
God.
5 kids to feed.
Wow.
Oh man, you got me.
That's one of our favorite movies, man. Total Recall is the shit.
More brain damage.
Oh, god damn it. All right, so we got a retraction, by the way, and I posted it on the website, but the 3-boobed girl that we talked about last week?
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys fall for that, really?
Well, no, no, because the show is goofy, and we report on, stupid news. I did zero research, and I just fucking reported on it. I
Oh,
thought
you mean most of Facebook?
Yeah, I just...
Yes, literally everyone on my friends list.
But give us credit. As soon as I found out it was fake, I posted a retraction because that's how I roll. I just thought
That's why
And you stopped believing.
you did the retraction, and I shed a tear.
right.
This is
I
why we
wanted-
can't have nice
Look,
things.
Look.
Dreams do not come true.
To be honest with you, I wanted it to be true. That was I wanted it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So
Okay. Technology will get us to this point one day.
My red flag for that article, when she explained why she wanted the third tit, I'm like, you don't know men very well if your reason is to drive people away.
Now, wait a minute. The reason why they have a pair is so you can put your face between and go... it's kind of hard to do that with 3. You'd end up getting, whip flash or something.
Yeah, but
Can you just alternate?
No.
You can motorboat
hold on.
one side and then motorboat the other side.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If she had 4, you could paint them different colors and play Simon.
well, here was
No,
my.
it's
Wait a minute.
Wow.
you bring a friend. You can do a menage motorboat.
It's a twin engine boat.
Oh, wow. What about the rudder?
See, this
Rudder.
was
I
my.
hardly knew her.
Wait a minute. This was my thinking. Hold on. Wait a minute. Get this camera right. Like this was. See, look. I got one here. I got one here, and one in the middle. Right. That's what I was thinking. That's perfect.
Yeah, the middle is gonna be like this. Like smacking you right in the face.
I'm fine with that.
Well, it might be like an extra cushion. You might hit your nose on her sternum by accident or something. If you dive in, it's like don't dive in the shallow pool, kids.
That's true, because I mean, aren't some implants like pretty firm?
I don't know. I've never been with them.
Funny story. My dad
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to click on Brian's picture here. Hold on. Okay, Brian, you're on the center screen. Go ahead.
All right, come on, story time.
Okay, so my father used to work for a company that's no longer around because they were bought by, I think, Johnson & Johnson. It was called Mentor. And my father was a mechanical engineer, and he made the machines that would actually make the implants. And what's funny is, specifically the machine he made is the machine that laser engraves the company's name on the implant.
Ooh.
So that was kind of interesting. And then, as a kid, my dad brought one home just to show me. It's like you wanted to know what I do at work, son? Here you go.
I make titties.
I make the women in Cali look pretty.
Hold on, wait.
Were you old enough to appreciate this, or were you like still the age where you're like, whoa, what is
6?
Oh.
That's not old enough.
And I was like, is this like some hacky sack for dummies or something? Because he only brought one.
That is definitely confusing.
Not the pair to squeeze? Come on, Dad.
I'm like, Dad, is this like a stress ball or like a mini pillow or like for carpal tunnel you rest your wrist on it or something? I didn't know what it was.
That'd be a very expensive wrist rest.
It's a stress ball. It's a stress boob.
A stress boob.
Why is the company's name laser engraved on it? Like, at what possible scenario are you like, oh yeah, this is some really good like branding, like this is gonna get our name out?
Well, I guess maybe for court reasons, like in case like a faulty implant or something,
and tracking and all that kind of stuff. They laser etch a serial number on it and all that.
You would think that, but Allegra. Ever since the dawn of man, we have always needed to stamp our name on things, okay?
That's how
it was either that or we pee on it, okay? So.
Oh, here's your new implant, ma'am.
Or in Peter's dog's case, you fart on it.
Wow.
Hey, like father, like daughter. What can I say?
Awesome,
Awesome.
I'll definitely be carrying her gear.
All right, so we have a really fucking awesome game coming up. But before that, we got to give Paul his pimpage here. So, Paul, where do we get the black?
You get the black at Amazon.com and either paperback or ebook. You can find it by just typing in the black. Strangely enough, it's showing up as the first thing there. Or you can go to shadowpublications.com, where I have handy dandy links where you can click on them, and that way I also get some money from the referral, which is a devious way. And
of course, we'll have links. If you look down below, blah blah blah, there'll be links on our show.
In a couple weeks, it should be in bookstores.
Cool. Fuck yeah. Who's your public?
Do you do any tour? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, who are you through anybody, or is it self-publication or what?
No, this is through a company called Severed Press.
Okay.
They do a lot of crazy horror, monster, zombie, apocalypse, Teotihuacan kind of stuff. Jake Bible, they publish his Z Burbius series, his Mega series, and his Anti-Bio series. If he ever gets off his ass and finishes that one.
Are you planning to be at Balticon this year? Coming up?
Absolutely.
Cool. Then I'm gonna get a copy, and you'll sign it for me, just like you did for the street.
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Awesome.
You're gonna bring some extra copies of the street with you, right?
Reprinting. Oh hell yes.
I'll show up at a big literary con and only bring like 3 copies to sell. Whatever.
No, wait a minute. I brought like 17 copies. The problem was 14 of them were already bought before I even got there. It was like, oh, are you bringing this book? Yeah, all right. I got dibs on this. I got dibs on that.
Yeah, Mike was all disappointed.
It's a good problem to have, though.
Oh no, it was an awesome problem to have. It's just the last time I brought a lot of books, nobody bought anything, so I had a whole shitload to carry back. And this time I was like, all right, well, I'll just bring what I know I need to bring and 10 extras. Well, yeah, that didn't last past the second day of the con. So next time I will bring a lot more of those, and hopefully I'll have a few copies of the black to sell too. So.
Do you ever have have you ever thought about if you ship them ahead of time? If you ship them up ahead of time, like you could either ship it to me or Pete's house, and we could hold it and bring it up to the con for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's probably what I'm going to do with Scott Pond, since he's running the booth. I'll ship him probably like 30, 40. That way I don't have to worry about it.
I mean, does Scott Pond live near us?
He's in Derry, New Hampshire.
Oh, well, that's a little north.
But relatively near you. He's a lot closer to you guys than he is to me. Let's put it that way.
Right. Well, just so you know, Paul, if you ever want to use me and Mike for Balticon, we are here. We are like here.
Or to dress up like Little Bo Peep, or whatever you want to use us for, whatever.
That's something I haven't messed with yet. People are like, okay, you totally destroyed Henson's world. When are you going after X? And X has been so far. People want me to do My Little Pony.
Oh God! Wait a minute. Where are they? Oh shit! I put them away. Never mind.
Children's cereal mascots.
That'd be interesting.
Like Boo Berry, Captain
Tony
Crunch,
the Tiger.
like that. What else? They've asked for me to do. The Smurfs, which is too easy.
That's too easy.
It's low hanging fruit.
Dude, we're doing so we're doing a thing up at TotalCon this year in February. We're doing it's a role playing convention, so it's gonna be all kinds of role playing games and stuff. And me and a couple other game designers are doing a whole thing. It's a Saturday morning cartoons. So we're each doing a role playing game based on a Saturday morning cartoon. It's gonna be fucking awesome because like they're all twisted. Every one of them's twisted.
Oh, that should be.
Someone better do one about the adventures of the gummy bears.
Excuse me.
Well, we do have one stipulation. It has to be a Hanna-Barbera. That was our
okay.
Yeah, it has to be
when you said
Hanna-Barbera.
Saturday morning cartoons, I'm like, Disney had a plethora of Saturday
I know.
morning cartoons
Yeah,
you can twist.
Not
was
when I was a kid, motherfucker.
right. Yeah, this is because this convention's a bunch of graybeards, or fat beards as they call them, or whatever. It's all like 70s and 80s Saturday morning cartoon, Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera, Looney Tunes.
It's the classics.
Disney had a good amount of 80s cartoons as well.
Because I'm doing Johnny Quest. I'm doing a Johnny Quest one.
Oh,
nice
man.
choice.
Johnny Quest is my favorite. It was why I love the Venture Brothers so much.
Oh man, I actually got to meet one of the lead actors for the Venture Brothers. I got to interview Michael Sinterniklaas not too long ago.
Yes. I gotta get the interview up, man. Fuck. I gotta get to editing that, Brian.
That show was so much fun because I loved Johnny Quest as a kid, and Venture Brothers just beats the shit out of it. Dude, it's just so much fun. The whole walking eye thing was just hilarious. It's just such a twisted show. It's just so good.
I love the Guardian. Ignore me.
He's holding the baby. The baby's like talking to him. Ignore me. Yeah, it's good stuff. They're twisted. James Urbani, total freak.
So we got 2 segments to do, or 3 segments to do. So let's get to them.
Hey, Devon's in the chat room. What's up, Devon?
I know. I saw him. Yeah. So the first one is what are we geeking out on? So just real quick, let's go through the room. Since I got the camera on you right now, Paul, what have you been geeking out on this past week or so recently? Like, what's your geek thing? Like TV show, book, movie, whatever. Anything?
This is going to sound
gaming or whatever.
This is going to sound really odd. You guys are going to laugh. When I write, I either play music or I play a lot of the Rad Brad's game walkthroughs for Dead Space. Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3.
Okay.
And I've also been geeking out on Midsummer Murders.
What's that?
It's a
British murder kind of crime drama.
Okay.
It's in its 17th or 18th series now. It's kind of odd. It's kind of Scooby-Doo-ish sometimes, but the characters are fun and bizarre, so it's a good show to watch. And the dialogue's really good, so it's a good thing to have on or I listen. I usually these days I just listen to shows,
right,
more than anything else. I mean, I'll occasionally look to see what the hell's going on. But
a lot of audio podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's more on the lines of I'll put on a movie that I've seen before and I'll just listen to it. I mean, The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, is one of my favorite shows to put on and not ever look at the screen.
You could totally do that with Jaws.
Yeah, you can do that with Jaws too. There's a lot of movies you can actually do that with, but if you've seen them enough times, I've
You
found
can just
my
play
left
it in
brain-
your head.
Yeah, my left brain sits there and tries to analyze it. My right brain goes, "Oh yeah, fuck you! I'm on a roll." and it works really well.
Because like when you were talking about the guy who wrote Jaws, I'm like, I didn't even know that guy. I'm familiar with Jaws the movie, right? So that's my joint. I've never actually read the book, but fucking the movie, I love the movie. And Quint is like the greatest character, probably one of the greatest literary characters ever.
Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
love me some Quint.
He's a bastard.
And
Who played him?
oh shit, what's his name?
Robert.
What's that?
Fuck.
What the fuck's his name? I know his name.
I got his face.
You know, we all have this thing called Google.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so and that whole it's one of the greatest scenes in cinema. That whole the thing where he's telling the story about all the ship went down and the sailors at sea, and that is like the most, to me, that's one of the most amazing, like most captivating stories in cinema. When that thing starts, he starts talking, nobody says anything. It's like crickets till he's done. Robert Shaw, yeah.
I was gonna say Robert Shaw.
Fuck, it was so awesome. Such a pivotal scene.
He's also in some flick called The Deep, which has got, what, Nick Nolte in it, I think?
Yeah, Nick Nolte, The Deep, yeah, that was good. That was a fucking good movie, too.
Oh my god, Speedy's in the room! Speedy's in the chat room!
Oh, shit.
What the hell is a Speedy?
Speedy is one of our former hosts.
Yeah, he's the webmaster that you turned down.
Ah, yes. Gotcha.
All right, so
asshole.
All right, let's keep it moving. I've got so from my left to right, I'm gonna start with Allegra. Allegra, what are you geeking on?
Let's see. So I asked people for audiobook recommendations last week, and I got a lot of really good ones. And one girl suggested that I listen to the Temeraire series by Naomi Novik, and narrated by Scott somebody, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, and so they're, first of all, they're really good. It's kind of like How to Train Your Dragon crossed with like Napoleonic era English French wars. Mm-hmm. So it's like very historical, but also there's dragons, and it's like the English and French fighting each other, but with dragons, and it's really fantastic. And so I'm listening to this book while I'm driving, and I'm just like, driving down I-40, and then it hits a sad spot in the book that I kind of saw coming, but was really just not emotionally prepared for, and ended up driving like maybe 15 minutes down I-40, just like sobbing my eyes out, like the kind of driving you normally see in movies where like someone's just broken up with their like fiance, and there's like tears pouring down my face. All the other cars just like really far away from me.
Yeah, it's like change fucking lanes.
Like this lady looks like she's about to just like drive into a tree and end it all. But it's really good if you just get through the sad fact that in a story where the English and French are riding dragons into war to fight and kill each other, that dragons are gonna die. You can deal with it. So.
All right, my men, we must use these dragons for war against the English.
Wait a minute. After they die, though, they just carry them off the field and turn them into escargot or something, right?
Have you ever had smoked dragon horn? It is so delicious.
Oh, that's so... No, the dragons are like, they're sentient. So it would be like if your like buddy died in the foxhole next to you, and you're like...
so it's like Dragonheart,
well,
time
to eat
like
him.
Sean Connery.
But dragon penis is so sumptuous.
What are you doing? I'm not dead. Stop cutting it.
Leave my penis alone.
Dragon Ball Z.
It's it's a myth. I swear, it's a myth.
Hung like a dragon.
Hung like a dragon?
Like, Junior, what are you doing? No, those don't grant wishes. Besides, you need 7 of them.
Hanging them from your rear view mirror won't help you at all. So Brian, what are you geeking out on?
Let's see. I actually been rewatching some Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Specifically the Gamera episodes where they do the Gamera movies.
Oh, no.
Though I love those.
I can't watch MST3K because I loved those movies when I was a kid. Loved them.
I miss Joel. Nothing against Mike Nelson. Mike Nelson, they had some good skits, but just the way Joel was presented, just, oh yeah, very mild-mannered, almost like he was stoned the whole show. I love that.
He was.
Well, it was Minnesota. Anyways, and the only other thing I've really been doing is Magic: The Gathering. Shit. Because the new set came out, Khans of Tarkir. And ironic, since, Allegra, you mentioned dragons, because the setting of this set takes place in a world where dragons used to live, and now they went extinct because they were being hunted for power. And now these Khans are fighting for their bones, because their bones still have, like, dragon essence.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That's why you have Bone Khan.
But it's really cool. I mean, the setting is sort of based on, like, Mongolian empires and Khans and clans and houses. It's a really nice setting. And other than that, I'm just reading Madame Bovary for my literature course in college. So, yeah, I'm sorry. As much as my professor likes the book, as long as, my professor, she loves that book. Like, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to sum up Madame Bovary, spare you the time. All right?
You're going to give us the Family Guy Peter
the Cliff
notes?
No, oh my God. It hurts. I had to spark note some of this book just to get through the shit. Like, okay, I like it when an author goes into great detail of some things, but every chapter, he has to describe everything. 80% of it is just descriptions, and he speaks in similes, which is a bit annoying. I mean, it's a French author. But, like, pretty much, it's this romanticist character in a realist world, all right? She was raised in reading these romance books, and she wants life to be perfect, just the way it is, and she does all this shady shit. 3 words. Fuck that bitch. And I'm glad she got what. I'm glad she died the way she did. Oh my God.
Spoiler alert, bitch.
No, like she. Okay, here's the thing. First, we meet this guy Charles as a normal human being. He's mild-mannered. He's clumsy. He's goofy or whatever. He's not like the perfect gentleman from like Oscar Wilde or whatever. He's no Oscar Wilde. And at first they kind of fell in love, and then she just hates him because she's so disappointed with her life, blah, blah, blah. She would cheat on him numerous times, and then when she actually had a kid with Charles, the other character, she would be so cold and distant to that child. She actually kicked the child away at one point. And I'm just like... And when I read that, I'm like, what a cunt.
So Brian, Adrian has a request.
What?
And I'm not going to go for the whole request because that's too much. But he wants you to talk like the old man from Diablo 3.
So my bad Sean Connery impression. Oh my God.
Hold on, while you're working on that, while you were saying that she kicks the kid, I'm like, the kid is up? It's good!
It's really horrible because
extra point!
It's horrible because the kid actually got hurt, like, fell and, got cut, and I'm just like, wow, fuck this bitch. Long story short, she because here's the thing. When things aren't going her way, she would throw ugly fits, like, especially her lover named Rodolphe. It's just like, it's like, I'm tired of this bitch. She wants too much out of me. This is just a physical kind of thing. That's what Rodolphe is. And she's like, I don't want to talk to anyone, not my husband or my child. And she's all sick and shit. And the Charles starts calling all these doctors, and then shit hits the fan. Dad starts climbing. She has another affair with some guy in Rouen in Paris, and I'm just like, but it's so worth it. What she does in the end.
Yankee ho.
All right, no spoilers. So
no, I will. This is a book I will spoil to spare you.
The book has been out a couple of 100 years. If you haven't read it, you're not gonna.
No spoilers. No.
The bitch is dead, Pete. The bitch is dead.
Actually, yeah, she commits suicide by ingesting arsenic.
That's it. I'm not reading it now. Fuck you.
Well, so much for that.
Right.
Hey, Pete, wait a minute. You know, we were all supposed to read that at Poly. I remember it as one of the books I didn't read in high school.
Which one was it?
Madame Bovary.
Yeah, I didn't read that one.
Yeah, don't you remember not reading that in school?
Yeah, I do. Just like The Stranger, just like The Invisible Man, just like...
Right, The Stranger was the shizzle, although The Plague is a much better book.
The only reason I even liked Macbeth is because I saw Roman Polanski's version. I was just like, this shit rocks! But whatever. Anyway, all right, so Mike, what are you geeking on?
I have actually everyone get your cups ready because I have been like having a total Sigler binge. Not only have I been listening to his books, but when I'm not listening to his books, like for 2 or 3 days straight at work last week, I was like seeing his voice seeing and hearing his voice and face as I'm editing his freaking video that we're gonna get ready to watch.
Oh yeah, we got a game coming up.
I'm eating, sleeping, and everything else thing with Scott Sigler.
Oh, that's nasty bits right there.
I'm telling A.
That's carcinogenic.
PlayStation time.
Oh.
So I assume when the writer comes out, you'll be reading that one.
Oh yeah, Poughkeepsie Pete, right?
Yep. Pete. I think that's supposed to come out in the next 3 months.
Yeah, he's been busy, so he hasn't been able to. So for the rest of you who don't know,
well, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. I just wanted to give it like a little bit more drag out here.
Go.
I started with the whole GFL series.
All right, so hold on, wait, real quick. So I've been trying to get Mike to listen to Sigler forever, and read his shit, right? Fucking forever, for years now. He goes to events, he goes to Sigler events with me, right? So he comes to town, I'm like, Mike, let's go. Mike hasn't read fucking dick all of his shit. Shows up, hey Scott, yeah, great stuff, right? Never read a fucking thing, right?
Let me tell you how it started. It started from just, I didn't have time or whatever, right? And then it kept happening year after year. What is it, like, Contagious had just come out, I think, and he was like, "Yeah, you gotta check out this author. It's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. You should come with me." Yeah, sure, I'll come with you. And Scott was just a great guy, right? So it started with this thing where I was like, "Yeah, I don't like Scott because he's an author. I just like him because he's a great guy. I don't want his work to ruin my relationship with him."
You're such a douchebag.
Right.
Well, the only reason I go public with that is because I outed myself with Scott after I was like, at Balticon this year, I was like, as he was at Balticon, I was like nearing the end of Pandemic, and I'm just like, so I said, yeah, I got to admit something here, dude. I was in it just for, just you and I. It was just our relationship, you're actually, I told him, I said, come to find out, yeah, you can really write. You're a good writer. He laughed at me.
I'll bet he did.
So anyway, go ahead. So Mike has jumped on the fucking train. He's on the train now. He's playing catch up.
Yeah. Woo woo.
So which GFL book are you on?
Well, right now I'm in the middle of the MVP, and so okay. I'm gonna give him a little plug. Or big plug, it's Scott.
Big plug. Because that's a big. You need a big plug for that.
His GFL series, which is the Galactic Football League, and I'm going to try and say it just like him. It's a story about football 700 years in the future, where humans and aliens play the different positions. And he starts with the rookie, and I plow through the rookie, and then I immediately went and downloaded. I immediately then went to the starter and the All-Pro. Now, the next book was the All-Pro.
No.
Krakens, baby, Krakens. That's all. That's the reason I stood up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought you were going to flash us.
Yeah, I thought he was just humping for the hell of it, but, there's a madness to his hump. Anyway, so and all this is because, and I'm just going to say this, if you haven't ever heard of Scott Sigler, and if you're into football, check out The Rookie. I mean, he's a horror writer, and he writes adult-themed stuff, and it's amazing. And he also writes this young adult series. And if you like football, and if it's just as good. It's semi-clean. Instead of saying fuck that, he says shuck that. If you can get past that, you're okay. Anyway, the reason I thought, you know what, let me get started with this is because, as everyone may or may not know, Scott will serialize one of his books. He just got done with Nocturnal, and so the next one he is doing is The Champion, which is his 5th book. And I thought, wow, I do want to, I love his serialized stuff. It's kind of it's a cool way to consume his stuff. So I thought, you know what, I better catch up. So I started the rookie, the starter, got to the all-pro, and I'm like, shit, I'm out of credits. And I'm like short on cash, and I'm like, Mom, do you have any credits?
Mama Marsh.
So, Mama Marsh hooked me up with she gifted me a book, so I'm doing the MVP. That's right, I plowed through the rookie, and now I'm on the MVP. And
he's just trying to catch up with the champion.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready for the champion. Other than that, I've been watching the last season of Game of Thrones with my wife. That's been fun again, just seeing the reactions on her face. Like, I think the best reaction on her face was the red wedding.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Hey, wait till she sees what's his face die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Which what's his face?
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Oh, okay.
See, wait till she sees that character you really like dies.
Yeah.
And a George R.R. Martin book?
Right. That's everybody.
That never happens.
What are the odds?
So, all right, yeah, that's just basically all. I've literally been eating, breathing, and all other ways consuming Scott Sigler.
Yep. Oh, he's going to appreciate that.
Excreting him, too.
Right. Oh. Right. So just to get through this bit, because we got to get to our game, I actually haven't been geeking out on much because we're in the middle of a lot of stuff at my house. My project at work is just retarded, ridiculous. I just came back from Germany. I did watch a lot of movies on Germany, but there were also we talked about that in the last episode with all the movie draft stuff. And I've been listening to The Champion, Scott Sigler's books. But most of all, like the show the one thing I've been getting into, and I don't know if does it count as geeky? Is Orange is the New Black? Would that count? I don't know. I don't think that counts.
It's what you're watching.
Awesome.
It's a fucking great show, and
it's amazing.
The wife and I are like, we can only watch it when our daughter's not around because it's not child appropriate. But we love the fucking show, right? And my wife's like threatening to watch it without me because she's like, God damn it! When you're not around, I want to watch a fucking show. But so we've been trying to like blaze through that as much as we can. So I've been watching Orange is the New Black, and if you've never seen it, the fucking show is so awesome. I don't know. The writing is great. And what's funny is, I was talking to her, and for any of the rest of you who've been watching this, tell me if you feel the same way. Like the main character, I don't even really care about. Like I'm not endeared to her. I like all the other characters.
Yeah, someone told me that like they were interviewing like some of the show writers or something, and they were basically like, yeah, Piper was like our Trojan horse to get the network to approve the show, right. And then we went on to focus on the more interesting people.
Right? Yeah, like everybody else is like the main character. I don't give a fuck about. Like
she's pretty. I mean, she has her moments, but like there's so many times when I'm just like, would it really be so bad if you got jumped in the shower?
Exactly. Or like shanked and fucking died, and then the show could just carry on without you.
But you know, it could be worse. We could be following like Larry in prison, and then I think I would actively spend every episode making like little like dolls of him, like hoping that stabbing them enough would cause him to die.
Yeah, like you want to hate that guy, right?
Oh,
he's such a douchebag.
You know what? There's a word for that. There's a German word, and I'm gonna mangle it, but it's called like Backpfeifengeist. Okay. And it's a face that desperately needs a fist in it.
Oh, I love it.
You know,
that's how I feel about Larry.
That's okay. So
yes.
So the Germans are really good at words. Like I love that. Okay, a face that needs a fist in it. That's fucking awesome. The other German word I really like is called Ausrotten. And it means to rip out by the roots. It's such a visceral fucking word. It's like, and it sucks because look, it sucks because they use that word to refer to the Jews. Okay, that was the word they used. They were gonna rip them out by the roots, which is awful. Okay, but remove that. Okay. And the word is just cool because it's just so fucking visceral. Like if I wanted to go to a word that meant to hate something more than you could fucking imagine, that would be the word I would go to. And it's just, I don't know. They just have a way of like hating on shit that's awesome. I mean, nobody can hate like those fuckers, right?
Nobody hates like the Germans.
Right, exactly. I mean, no language has hate language in it better than they, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I have digressed into an area I didn't want to go to. So anyway.
And we're there.
Anyway, Orange is the New Black is amazing.
Hey, Mike, you have a funny game that we would like to play.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull us out of this conversation. Ausrooten.
Yeah, Ausrooten. So Paul, if you haven't pulled up the YouTube app, let's get ready. It's on your left-hand side. If you just mouse over to your left-hand side, you'll see the little red rectangle with the white diamond or white triangle in it.
It's like a red play button.
All right.
Do you see it? Is it load up already or?
It's there it goes.
Okay.
All right. So I'll get ready to put this up, but let me explain this to you, Paul, and to everyone else. But I always like to tell the guests this: while we're using the YouTube app, what'll happen is when I'll be pausing and hitting play. When I hit play and something funny will happen, everyone will be muted. So I just like to say that once in a while I'll unmute myself, but for the most part I'll pause at some point and everyone can get their digs and their funny comments in. So the peanut gallery is is paused until I pause. Whatever. Muted.
All right.
Yeah. That.
All right, Mike. Let her rip.
Couldn't have been said any eloquentlier, right?
Eloquentlier?
Wow, you talk good and stuff.
All right, so Paul, this is a game that we call Bet the Geek.
Bet the Geek.
And where the add videos? There we go. I got the link.
I thought you had it already.
Well, I got the link ready, and all I got to do is do this now. All right. So, and what the hell?
Nice.
Thank you. Thanks for stalling. Here we go. Come on. Any other fucking time it plays like it won't stop playing when I need it.
Oh my God, this is like performing a demo. This is awful.
Hey Pete, how about that local sports team?
So I heard the Ravens there doing pretty good on the footballs, on playing the footy balls.
The footy balls.
My understanding is the Pats aren't doing too well right now.
They did lots of kicking and passing, and there was I don't know what they call him. What's that linear pass with? Fuck, I don't know. Sorry, I can't talk to football.
We can't even fake it.
No. Nope.
I'm watching the League of Legends World Championships.
Sweet. Okay.
They're pretty intense. So you kind of want to you turn on, you're like, oh, look at all these people playing this game, and then you remember at the end of this game is a $2 million prize for the winning team, right? So
holy
everybody's
shit.
Really, it's a pretty big deal. So and these teams are they're very, they've been working, training all year, and they had to go through all the qualifying rounds and stuff. And so we watched this game the other day between Fnatic, which is a European team, and OMG, which is a Chinese team. The one I was rooting for last year, that they made it all the way to the the final two, and then they just got rolled, and it was pretty painful. Anyway, so they're button heads this year, and so I watched their game, and Fnatic was maybe one hit away from winning, and the other team comes back and totally sweeps them away, and by the end of it, the members of Fnatic looked so seriously upset that I was I was very concerned for their ensuing mental health.
I
don't think I've ever taken losing a game that badly, but I also don't think I've ever had a couple $1 million writing.
Speaking of all this, hey, wait a minute. So speaking of all this, I have Allegra's picture shown.
Oh yeah.
From her bikini shoot.
Sup?
And, it's pretty nice shoot there you got going on, Allegra.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there. So.
That was a really fun, that was probably one of the most fun photo shoots I've done.
Yeah.
Because it was a big goof off shoot. Everybody was just splashing around in the pool and having fun and yelling dorky video games, slaying at each other, and it was really nice. Also, it was at a pool, so we weren't all sweating our balls off like we were at the.
Hey, you know what would have been nice if I don't know, maybe me and Mike were invited to that. We could have filmed or something.
You could have looked at the Dragon Con page. It was on there.
If maybe Mike and I had been at Dragon Con or something, and maybe could have covered that or something.
I don't know. I probably would have told you where it was, and you would have gone to a different hotel pool.
We probably would have. We'd have been up in the Pulse bar. Would have been at the Hilton.
Hey, Allegra, I'm at the pool now. Mike, I'm at the pool. I don't see you anywhere.
Me and Mike are at the Hilton. Guys? We're at the Hilton pool. Where are you?
The Hilton pool's closed. Why are you over there?
Exactly. All right, Mike, how's this video going? What's up?
I even had to make it public, just for the hell of it, but it's still not working.
What the fuck, dude? What do you mean it's not working?
Take him anywhere.
I swear to God. Can you go to the page and see if you can pull the video and link it and put it in there? I don't know why this.
I don't know where the link is, and then I'd have to run it.
No, go. You don't have to run it. Once you have it loaded in, I can control it.
Can you send me the link in the chat room?
Yeah, I'll do that. Hold on.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know.
Demo hell.
All right, hold on. All right, I got the link. Give me a second. Give me a second. People are gonna see behind the scenes here, but that's all right.
Give you a second.
All right, there it is, and I paused it. Are you seeing it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody seeing it?
Yep.
Why am I the only one that is not seeing it?
Douche.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You know what? I'm gonna pop in and pop out and pop back in again. Maybe it's one of those weird things.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
It's always a problem with him, isn't it? It's always a problem.
Well, you see, he fell on his head when he was little.
All right, so
guys, at least he stayed connected to the stream this entire time.
Yeah.
So he's got that going for him.
Last time I was on here, I couldn't hear him.
Right. This is why. This is the beauty of a live show. I actually love this. I think it's funny as shit.
Gremlin.
They're laughing at me.
Duh.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
That's right.
All right, Mike. So where are we now? Oh, it's just you. It's like a little circle you. Oh, you're drinking. What are you drinking there on the beach?
Let's say
pina colada. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are we good? You guys, can everyone see it now?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here we go. Yes, I can.
Wait. What the fuck?
Because Google sucks ass. I just had to pop out and pop in again.
Hold on. Wait.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Hold on. Oh, I know why. There we go. Okay, I'm good to go.
All right. So contestants will wager up to 3 points per round to determine whether or not the geek will answer the Cube of Death trivia questions correctly. This week's author is Scott Sigler. Anyone heard of him?
And Michael Cape is here with the MythWits, and I am here with unbelievably awesome author Scott Sigler. It is your fault that I got here late today.
My fault.
Because I'm still listening to Pandemic, and it was like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm just like...
Freaks one's balls right out. It's a ball freaker.
I left him home today.
Yep.
So what are you writing when you're not here playing, Cube of Death?
Finishing up The Champion, which is book 5 in the Galactic Football League series, which is our YA series. American Pro Football League, 700 years in the future, with aliens playing different positions based on their physiology. Super fun, super awesome. Champions Book 5, and hopefully I'll be out in September.
So, I have heard so many people say this. I've just been doing a little, detective work myself. I'm letting you know that the masses have been asking when you're going to get back to the Crypt.
Hopefully, we finish up the Champion, then we write Alive, which is a new book trilogy for Del Rey. Then hopefully we get to the Crypt at that point. Finish up Crypt Book 1, write Crypt Book 2, start getting them out into podcasting again, and that should be pretty fun.
Awesome.
It's going to be very messed up stuff.
It is.
Yes.
It usually is.
It's going to be
really
twisted. You won't even like me when you read it. You won't. I admit it. I'm going to lose all my friends, most of my hair, my dog, probably my house.
Sounds good.
Well, I started on it already.
Okay.
I already started on it.
I will be with you till the end, my friend.
All right.
All right, so basically, now you have an opportunity to see him answer 3 questions. You will see him get them right or wrong, plow right the way through, and then we'll get to number 1. All right?
All right.
And also, I haven't explained this yet. I'll explain this right now while I have everyone's attention. You have a bank right now with 6 points in it. Every question, you will be able to bet 3 points. You can bet or bet up to 3 points. You can bet 1, 2, or 3 points whether he is going to get a question right or wrong. Keep that in mind as you're watching this, what we call the primer round. Okay.
Hey, Mike. This time
Yes.
you gotta make me go first, okay? Because I always go last.
Yeah.
You gotta make me go first this time, okay?
Give us a fair shot.
Yeah.
Dude, I know I'm known more for being absent-minded and whatnot, but I actually do. I have Pete listed first and Allegra listed last. There you go. All
Sweet.
right.
Okay. Good times.
Got
All
this.
right.
All right.
Rock on.
Can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Paul, put your seatbelt on.
All right.
Here we go. This one is toys and games.
All right.
All right. What 80s video game has the hero atop an ostrich with a lance?
Joust.
Joust is correct. This is a comics.
Okay.
How did Captain Marvel die?
Meteor.
Cancer.
That's a shitty superhero.
Okay, games and toys. According to the standard rules database.
Yeah, I had to do that to myself because I felt like a fucktard after I found that I screwed that up. So anyway, I had to correct myself, and of course the God Gygax had to do it.
Okay.
All right.
What happens if a portable hole is placed within a bag of holding? It's a D&D, just in case you...
Portable hole is placed within a bag of holding. I'm going to say they cancel each other out.
If by canceling each other out you mean it opens a gate to the astral plane, you'd be right. But
That's what I meant.
That's what it sounded like.
yes, I know.
All right, so this will be question number 1. And remember, you have 6 points. All of you are tied at 6 right now.
This is a fantasy question.
Okay.
When Indigo and Fezzik bring Wesley to Miracle Max, is he dead?
All right.
I take issue with the question.
I know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
All issues with questions can be directed toward Pete, the creator of Cube of Death. Peter, do you think that...
Wait a minute. Hold on. So all questions issued to me. There's my answer. Wait a minute. Ready?
Yeah, there you go.
Can you read that?
You can have it. He's the final judge.
I'm going to say 3 points. He gets it right.
All right. Paul, are you betting blank points that he gets it right or wrong?
I'm going to bet 2.
2 that he gets it.
2 that he gets it.
Right. And Brian.
I'm going to match Paul's wager.
2 for right. And Allegra.
I'm going to go with 1 for wrong.
1 for wrong. And here we go.
I'll say yes.
And I have to say you're wrong.
That's wrong.
He is only mostly dead.
Only mostly dead.
God damn it, God damn it, God damn it, Scott! Fucker!
It's a trick question, you douchebag!
How could you not know that?
So, we
Pete,
have...
you're gonna need to refer to your own Paul.
Jesus fuck!
Maybe we shouldn't have written such tricksy questions.
This is a tricksy. Sigler, so tricksy. Nasty hobbits.
All right.
He is kind of a hobbit. He's like really short. He's got that bald head.
I don't think hobbits are bald.
No, he's got more of a Smeagol thing going on there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a Gollum thing. That's what I'm saying. He's a. He should know this answer. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys.
All right. So at the end of one, Pete has 3, Paul has 4, Brian has 4, Allegra has 7.
Damn it!
And here we go.
Science and technology. When a neutron comes apart, you get a proton, an electron, and what other particle?
Sorry. All right. Peter. Science fiction writer Scott Sigler.
And you know what? He knows his science, but I'm going to say he doesn't know it quite as well as we would like to think he does. I think he relies on his
got Google in his front pocket, huh?
Yeah, I think he's got Google. I think he lives in the Google verse. And I'm going to say 2. Oh my god, I'm going to be left with 1 fucking point. I'm going to say 2 that he doesn't know the answer to this.
Okay.
What was the question you asked him again?
What happens when
a proton comes apart?
When a neutron comes apart, you have a proton, an electron, and what?
And what? Yeah.
Okay.
Paul's like, do I know the answer to this?
It doesn't matter whether you know the answer, Paul. It's whether Scott knows the answer.
I guess it's my bet, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet 2 that he gets it wrong.
2 wrong. Brian.
Hey, Paul. This is a fucking awesome game, isn't it?
This is.
We'll bet 1 point and he gets it right.
Oh.
Just trying to be a point.
Allegra.
I'm gonna go with 2 points for wrong because I've actually heard the answer to this question before and I don't remember it.
Well, some of these are you'll be as panelists, you'll hear some of these questions again and again for the Bet the Geeks because we recycle these when we ask many of the different guests at different cons. So, again, you may know the answer.
I don't know the answer. I've heard it and I don't know the answer, so I don't think he does either.
All right, so you're going with 2 for wrong.
That's right.
All right, so 3 panelists say that he gets it wrong. One
right.
The only panelist says he gets it right. Here we go.
I am drawing a blank on this one. I don't know. I'm going to know as soon as you say it.
A neutrino.
Neutrino. There we go.
All right.
I
So
love
that would
the
be
people
now.
in the background, just sort of like, there's nothing going on here.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Look for snacks.
You just wait until we get to because it's Scott and because I had so much fun and I was able to pull out enough of the gag reels at the end. I have a whole gag reel for you to watch. It'll be great.
Oh, no.
Okay, so that's Pete with 5, Paul with 6.
Yep.
And Brian with what is that? Oh, you said right. So 4, you have 3, and Allegra 2 for wrong. So that would be 9.
She's killing it this time.
Yeah.
You see what happens when we make Pete go first?
I'm telling you, there's something to that.
That's right.
I'm telling you, like, Allegra, does this not confirm that I don't watch the fucking things ahead of time? I really fucking don't. I have no idea.
You don't know how bad I wanted to like edit just to show Pete like just some of the questions or just some of the parts of the video. I was like so close, but I was like, no, he gets nothing.
No, I refuse. No. I was there when he was filming this, and I refused to watch it because I want this game to be genuine.
Boy, Pete. That's some artistic integrity right there.
I want it to be genuine.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
Here we go. Question number 3.
This is a list question. I'm going to tell you there are 6. It's Star Trek. Name the 6 reoccurring members of the bridge of the original Star Trek series.
And if anyone didn't get that, he was yawning, and I just had to throw that in there. But the question is, name 6 of the bridge crew of the Starship Enterprise, the original.
Now, Mike, explain how this question works.
Sorry, go ahead.
Explain how this question works.
Yes. So what this means is what you're doing now is you are going to bet how many he's going to get it right. Up to 6. Since there are 6, you'll say he's going to get... Now, if you say he's get 2 right and he gets 5 right, you get 2 points. If you say he gets 6 right and he gets 5 right, you get 0 points.
Right. The idea is that the higher you're taking a chance. So the more you think that he's going to get right, that you're actually right on, you get more points. But you can say, I think he's going to get 2 or more right. So you're like, it's a better chance to get 2 points. But if you say, I think he's going to get 6, you're gambling on getting 6 points. But if he doesn't get 6 points right, you get nothing.
Do we know if he likes Star Trek?
I don't think it's come up in the conversation thus far. It
hasn't, but I will give you all. Any of you who don't know him, give you a little inside knowledge. He's a science fiction writer. He loves science fiction. He's a science fiction geek. So I'll take that where it goes because that's what I know. I don't personally know him and his taste on Star Trek, but I would assume that he is a super science fiction geek, that he might know a little something.
One would think.
So I'll go first. I think he's going to get 4 of them right.
4. Pete with 4. Paulie.
What's the score here? I'm at 6. She's at 9.
You're at 6. Pete's at 5. Paul is at 6. Brian is at 3. And Allegra is at 9. And there are 5 questions altogether. This is number 3.
Oh, okay. All right.
I thought I'd let you know that, yeah.
Okay, I thought there were only 3 questions. I'm going to go 4 or more.
Okay, Paul with 4. Brian.
Same, 4 or more.
4 or more. Going with the average. Okay, Allegra, what do you think?
I'd say 3.
3. Going safe, going a little conservative there. All right, I got you.
Okay, she's got room.
That's good. Yeah, she's got it. What are you trying to say? She's fat? Oh, no.
Oh, what?
I don't know. It's just.
Did you see the picture I just posted?
You know, like anytime you say something, oh, she's got such. Hey, what are you trying to say? Okay, here we go.
So I have to list them.
Yes.
Kirk, Spock, Uhura, Sulu. What was that sneaky Russian's name? Chekhov. Give me a second. And there's one more in that bitch, huh? I'm just trying to walk through the chairs. Not Scotty. He's not bridge crew, right?
Nope.
He's down in the dumps.
Down in the dumps.
The blonde? What was her name? Yep, I don't know. I'm missing one.
Janice Rand.
Janice Rand. Was she the blonde?
She was blonde.
There you go. So I was close.
Holy fuck. You know what? I gotta hand it to him. He knew the 6 bridge crew. He knew it. He's the first motherfucker to get. I mean, he didn't know her name, but he got it.
Yeah.
I mean, according to the rules of the game, according to this guy, if he would have said Rand, then he would have got it. But he was on the right track. If he'd had more time, maybe he even would have gotten it. However, that being said, Pete now is at 9. Let's see. Paul is at 10, Brian is at, what do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Allegra is still now, she's at 12.
She's killing it.
Oh, keep killing me. All right, we still got 2 questions to go. It's anybody's game.
We're ending with a sci-fi.
Okay.
Every 7 years, Vulcans experience an overpowering mating drive known as...
Oh, that's all right. I paused it early.
So how far can I go? 3 points, right?
You can go 3 points.
3 points, he gets it right.
All right, 3 points in the right. Paul.
I'm going to go 2 for wrong.
He's going 2
Oh.
Oh,
for
shit.
wrong.
Oh, shit.
Why do you think he's gonna get it wrong?
Hold on. You can ask that question, and he can answer it after you have put your bet in.
I'm not changing mine.
You know what? Don't.
We
make
haven't
me make
said
you-
yours yet.
Don't make me make you go first next time. Brian.
I'm going to go with 2, he gets it right.
2 for right. Allegra.
I'm gonna go with 3 for right.
3 for right. Paul, why do you think he's going to get it wrong?
Just guessing.
Just guessing. It's anybody's flip of a coin. All right.
The dim mock. I'm gonna go with the dim mock death touch. That's my answer. That's my final answer.
If by dim mock you meant Ponfar, you would be correct.
so close. So close.
Serious?
How
That man has shamed us all. Whatever.
No, don't. I don't want to say that.
I'm legitimately confused. How are they similar?
Exactly the same thing.
Because Scotty pinches people. I mean, not Scotty. Spock pinches people in the neck. That's dim mock.
Oh my god.
Hey, wait a minute. Look. What does it say?
Fuck off, Sigler.
Fucking bastard.
All right.
You know what? That's a Ben Press answer.
Seems so easy.
5.
You know what? You know what's funny? You know what's funny? So the game Cube of Death that I created, it's funny because that's what this comes from. That is literally the beauty of this game, because you get hit with these questions, and you think you know the answer until you're on the fucking spot. It's easy for us to like sideline it, but when you're the one being asked the question and your brain goes, you know.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't think my brain would have forgot Pon Far.
Right. Ponfar.
Cooley,
No idea what Ponfar is.
you are definitely going to be one of our geeks on next time we hit you at Balticon. You are
I'll do
definitely.
Oh god, you guys are gonna ask me that particle question, and I'm gonna be like,
What? So
We'll get you
Cooley,
some Allegra. But at
Cooley-
Balticon, we're definitely going to get Cooley.
this year, so I've made the right contacts. I've made the right contacts this year that I guarantee will be running this game at Balticon this year.
Oh,
and
that'd
I'm
be
gonna
cool.
I'm gonna build. We're gonna have teams. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, hopefully we can do it live. That'd be awesome.
That's gonna be
Okay.
fucking badass. Anyway, go ahead.
So here's the score before number 5, just to keep in mind. Pete, you're your starting bank. You're at 6 points.
Oof.
Paul has reached 12 points.
Fuck, I'm out of this
Climb
game.
the charts at
Shit.
12. Brian, hey, you could be Brian. That's all I gotta say. with 5
miss
points.
you, Brian.
And Allegra's 9. Allegra, you're still in it, but
Shameful.
here we, as I like to say, go.
Here we go. Sci-fi. Who wrote the John Carter of Mars, Tarzan of the Apes, and the Palickidder series?
Oh.
I heard him utter "damn it."
Yeah, he's already
too.
looking hesitant.
He's like
That's
rubbing
not
his
Oh.
But you know what, Mike? I'm gonna go first, right? So I'm first.
Okay.
There's only one way I can win this fucking game. 3 points that he gets it right.
Okay. Paul?
I'm gonna go 2 that he gets it right.
All right. Brian?
Oh, to hell with it. 3, he gets it right.
Allegra?
Gotta play safe, Allegra. This is game theory right now.
Is this the last question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One that he gets it wrong. That's what you gotta bet.
Why don't you bet one that he gets it wrong?
No, I'm telling in Allegra's position because she's like leading the group.
I'm gonna bet 3 that he gets it wrong.
Whoa! Oh, you were gonna play. Oh, wow.
3 wrong.
Last question.
She's playing rough. All right, good. You go, girl. Damn, you a cowboy.
Give me a second on this one. I had all those friggin' books.
Now, occasionally, I am known as a motherfucker. This is one
asshole.
Oh,
Here we go with this shit.
I occasionally I'm a giving person, and I like to give you guys a chance to reconsider based on what you just saw. Pete, do you want to change your answer?
I hate you. I want to stick you in. I want to stick you with something.
Just send the dog in there.
All right, that's it. I'm sending the dog. That's it. No, I'm gonna stick.
Okay, Pete's sticking. Paul.
I'll bet 1 that he gets it right.
Okay, you're changing it for 1 for right. All right. Brian.
I'm sticking to it.
Sticking to it.
I don't know.
Where are you, Allegra? Oh.
I'm agonizing.
Either way, somebody's gonna hate me. Yes, that's why I like this game.
He's a science fiction writer, and this is like one of the founding fathers of science fiction.
Show's going a little long, Allegra. Come on.
No, don't rush me. Okay, I'm gonna believe in you, Scott Sigler. I am going to believe and change it to 3 that you get it right. And if you get it wrong, I'm gonna go leave you the meanest review on Goodreads.
Oh shit! Oh
win
shit!
This game.
I love this game.
Give me a hint. Little hint.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
That's a good hint. I'll go with Edgar Rice Burroughs.
In your face for everyone that said he was going to get that right.
Better start writing that review, Allegra.
All right, so where are we? So what's the total?
Get that review ready, Allegra. All right, Pete, you're at 3 points total.
Oh, great! Yay!
Paul, you notched down to 11. Brian, you notched down to 2. And Allegra, you notched down to 6.
So Paul's our winner?
Paul is our winner.
Yay! Our guest wins.
I gotta ask. I'm sorry. How the flying fuck do you not know Edgar Rice Burroughs? He's a literature staple. He is a staple in literature.
So here's my question, Mike. At what obnoxious time in the morning did y'all record this?
It was pretty late.
In the evening, my friend. In the evening.
Yeah, what time in the evening?
11, 12 o'clock. It wasn't that bad.
It's a convention. That's practically like noon.
Yeah, and
seriously.
Scotty these days has been working so fucking hard. To him, it was probably 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
No, I don't hear it, man.
All right, let's play the outtakes.
I just like the fact that an author, I thought authors knew every author in the world. You know?
Whatever, man.
Okay.
Goodreads.com, Scott Sigler.
Do you have any idea how many of my contemporaries have probably never read an Edgar Rice Burroughs book?
Well.
They're missing.
Hey, and Scott said he read all of them.
He probably did.
Okay, all right. So enjoy watching these outtakes. Here we go.
I saw that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, she's trying to be a ringer.
Are you kidding me? I'm a chemist. I'm a chemist. Second question.
That was, if anyone didn't know, that's A. Kovacs. That's the director of Doom. So, and actually, I don't know why I said that because keep watching.
Fucking A.
I told you you'd know more of these.
Cube of Death? That's not the right initials.
Do I have to make you go away?
I'll say the B stands for Baltimore.
Gee. I'm gonna say you got that from my wonderful hint and not from her. Jesus Christ, what a clutch. I heart Uranus. That, again, I heart Uranus. Okay, we are playing Cube of Death.
Cube of Death.
Did you sign the waivers? You do know what happens when you get an answer wrong, correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
I signed all the waivers. Didn't read the waivers, but I signed the waivers.
The EULA. Are you not a Princess Bride fan?
No.
Get out of here! No. That's right. Sci-fi.
Is this a mystery machine back here? You guys, is that working?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is. We haven't tried it, but I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yay! Very good, Mike. Fucking
Best
A,
gag
dude.
reel.
You do a fucking awesome job with this.
Thank you. Let me tell you the amount of hours the state pays me to do this. Oh my god.
Dude, why is your picture just you? Like, is your connection dicked up? What the fuck?
I see them just fine.
Oh, you do? Hold on,
Yeah,
let me
it's
see.
just fine too.
Hold on.
This time it is you.
It is me. What the hell?
I was gonna just run in the other room and go, here, can you see me now?
I mean, I click on him and he's like, it's got his
but then he would
picture
have
with
picked
his
up the
icon.
dog and pointed it at you ass first,
Yeah, right.
Say hello to my little friend.
and then pulling the tail.
So that was a fucking fantastic, awesome, super Bet the Geek.
Yeah.
So Paul, just in case you know, that's our show we call Bet the Geek.
But the geek.
Bet the Geek.
Bet the butt.
Yeah.
And we usually get enough. I have another one that's just about all edited, ready to go for some other guest, some other time. So
Right. So it's a fucking awesome show. We I don't know why we didn't catch you at Balticon for that. I think you were busy, maybe.
There's no telling.
Right. We'll have to get you at some time. If Mike contacts you and wants to film this like through Hangout or whatever, you got to do it. It's so
That
awesome.
sounds just wrong. I like it.
It's wrong because it's like you're a geek, right? And you have your geekdom and stuff, but my Cube of Death questions are fucking all over the fucking place, and no one can be expected to know them all. There's just, I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, so I wrote all the questions, but there's no way I didn't know half these answers. I fucking Googled half this shit. I looked half this shit up. I did not know most of these answers. I looked them up myself. So it's like, if you ask me some of these, like most of them, even though I wrote them, I'd be like, I don't know. Didn't you write the game? Yeah, but
But that doesn't mean shit.
Right, doesn't mean a fucking thing.
All right, we are running late on time, so let's
Yes,
get
sir.
Brian in the news real quick. Brian,
Brian.
give us an abbreviated. So I'm sorry we ran late, buddy.
Oh no,
hey,
it's all right.
Mike, on my end, can you like jump out and jump back in real quick? I mean, literally, from my connection, I got a picture of you with your fucking.
How's that?
Huh?
No,
Dude,
no good.
I got you with your fucking pina colada.
Everyone else laughed because I jumped out of the frame and jumped back in, but only you didn't see it. So,
Yeah,
but no one else laughed because
No one else laughed.
thanks, asses.
Nope. Anyway.
Thrown.
All right. Hey, Brian, just start talking. I'll be back.
I'm gonna be curious and actually wait for the poor Bubby.
So you got some good news articles this time, Brian?
I got a couple of interesting ones.
Hey,
See,
stop
Mierau.
sticking in the schlubby Mike with his drink. What the?
Hey!
What?
What?
Dude,
Don't talk about Schlubby Mike.
It's messed up. I'm like getting it. Whatever. Fuck it. Brian, go.
All right. So at cinemablend.com, there's been some speculation on Stan Lee's multiple cameos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And a lot of people have been theorizing this, especially with the later Guardians of the Galaxy, where Stan Lee was on a whole other planet this time. Now, how familiar are you guys with the Marvel Universe at all?
Totally.
Are you familiar with a character called the Watcher?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So there's been some speculation that Stan Lee is actually supposedly playing the Watcher.
What?
Just think about it. He's been in different times, different settings, on a different planet.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. I get it.
So that's just the latest thing on rumors and speculations, and who knows, maybe they'll confirm it when we see more of the Avengers movies.
Mike, stop. No, I get that. You know, Stan Lee as the Watcher, actually that kind of works because he's like in this movie, and he's like sort of the everyman character.
Yeah. And it's always interesting. I mean, because he took different forms. He played a general. He played as Larry King. He played as some alien swabby playboy dude, and it's just something that's been kind of been bugging me since I was looking for some interesting articles for this week's show, and I'm just like.
So do you think he might do something with that? Like
maybe
might actually come out as the Watcher?
I wouldn't hold it to them. I mean, despite the man's age, he's very ambitious.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What he does.
I'm digging it.
And it's very interesting. So the next thing, also courtesy of Cinema Blend, supposedly way before J.J. Abrams was announced to be the director for Episode 7, there was actually rumors of another possible candidate. It was Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, David Fincher, was supposedly supposed to direct it. And it turns out he recently, during a press event when he was promoting Gone Girl, he confirmed it. Yeah, they wanted me to direct it first, but he said, and I quote, "It's tricky. My favorite is Empire Strikes Back. If I said I want to do something more like that, then I'm sure the people paying for it would be like, no, you can't do that. We want it to be like the other ones with all the
bullshit." Bullshit. I want it to be like Empire Strikes Back. You can make every fucking movie like Empire Strikes Back.
It's the only good one of the lot.
That is the motherfucking shit right there.
Yeah. But it's really interesting, and another interesting quote from him is, "I always thought of Star Wars as the story of two slaves, ergo C-3PO and R2-D2, who go from owner to owner, witnessing their master's folly and the ultimate folly of man. And I thought it was an interesting idea for the first two, but it's kind of gone by in Return of the Jedi."
All right, so Paul, so Brian, it's funny you should bring up Star Wars, and we should have Paul on the show. Because Paul and I have had discussions about Star Wars, and Paul and I kind of agree. I mean, Paul and I are sort of in the same wheelhouse on this. Paul, little more than me, but Paul, I'm like one step below you on this. Like, I kind of like Star Wars, but I totally see where you're coming from. I'd like Paul's perspective on how he feels about Star Wars, because I like it.
Paul?
Star Wars is not science fiction. It is fucking fantasy. It's ripped off of bullshit. thin-ass plots, thin-ass bullshit all over the place. He's grabbed from all this crap from Joseph Campbell, twisted it upside down, and it's not even good. The dialogue is horribly awful. The stuff is fairy tale bullshit. Empire Strikes Back is the only one that's got any nads to it. The rest of them were just dumbed down for children and made ridiculously simplistic.
All right, so going from there, hold on. I'll give you my perspective of Star Wars. So my perspective from as a human being growing up and being involved in science fiction and the Star Wars universe and all that. So as a kid, I was born in 1970. So by 77, you would think that Star Wars, the original, The New Hope, would be my first Star Wars movie, but it wasn't because I was very fucking poor as a kid, and I didn't get to go to movies and stuff so much until I was a little bit older. Things started to improve a little bit. So the first Star Wars movie I ever saw was Empire Strikes Back, and to me, that is fucking Star Wars. That motherfucker sold me. So imagine, if you will, that you were sold into the Star Wars universe based on Empire Strikes Back, and then every other Star Wars movie you saw was secondary to Empire. Right? So you can imagine that I have some endearing qualities to it. So I was endeared to the Star Wars universe. But I was endeared to it on a fucking lie, because because the first movie I saw, the first one, the one that drew me in, the crack, the dragon that I tried to fucking ride from there on out was Empire.
The cake was a lie.
Right,
No.
exactly.
It was all a lie.
So anyway, so Empire was the one that brought me in. I was like, oh, this is so good. And then I saw A New Hope. That was the next one I saw. And A New Hope was okay. I mean,
it set everything up.
Right. But then Jedi, I was just like, what in the fuck is this shit? These bullshit Ewoks and this fucking lame story. And I was just like, ugh. It's like, ugh.
Hey now. The Ewoks gave Warwick Davis work.
Fuck
all right?
the Ewoks. Okay. Fuck, the Ewoks were bullshit.
Yes, but this fully operational Death Star.
So anyway, so that's the I agree with Paul on a lot of this, but
I always wanted Luke to say in that last scene in Jedi, "I'm not going to fuck you, Father."
Oh my god. I was touched by Uncle Owen, and
yeah, there you go.
Well, he was a moisture farmer.
Fuck
All
yeah!
right. Shots fired.
Dude. Wait, Brian, I'm putting you on the main screen. I need you to. I'm gonna high five you, okay? High five.
Okay,
that was
five.
fucking awesome.
Right there.
Moisture farm. Fuck yeah.
That's bad when the colloquialisms. Moisture farming.
Yeah.
But I do like the perspective of like the two droids as being slaves. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is an interesting perspective.
Well,
I
if you
did
think
hear
about
that.
it, throughout the 6 movies, they're the only 2 characters that really stick around, and they don't change. They really don't change.
Yeah.
Even after they wipe 3PO's memory, he's still the same goddamn prissy, bitchy droid.
Faggot robot. I did not say that word.
Whoa.
Ouch.
No,
But he's still got the core of his personality. R2-D2,
no.
who none of us can fucking stand.
No. He's actually we love C-3PO.
He's the one who tells the whole goddamn story. If you think about it, R2-D2 was there from the very beginning and is there to the very end, whatever that end that is.
Right.
Well, we're getting a new end with 3 new movies. Well, technically 5, so.
Wait a minute. Whoa, stop. What?
Boba Fett and all that shit.
The spin-off.
Oh, you're talking about all
spin-off,
like sideline shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no telling.
Well, Disney said everyone's going to have a Star Wars movie every year.
Hold on, wait.
You get a Star Wars movie, and you get a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
This is the Oprah of Star Wars.
Yeah, Disney's the Oprah of production companies.
So hold on, wait a minute. So I'm okay with the Boba Fett movie if they do it right, because Boba Fett, as far as I'm concerned, was shafted, like totally. Like they totally nerfed his character.
Yeah. The other one is supposedly they're playing with the idea of doing Han Solo, so it's gonna be like Boba Fett and Han.
Don't, because
I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now. And shots are gonna be fired, and I don't give a crap. Nothing can be worse than the new show Gotham.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I got nothing.
So I'm gonna say that Han Solo does not need to be fucked with at all. He's a great character. You don't need to tell his backstory. We get it. We get him. It's
Again, these are speculations.
But I'm saying he's like the most unneeded you don't need to explain him. We get it, okay? We like Han Solo. Please don't fuck him up. Please don't tell any stories.
Again, we'll see what happens, all right? They'll probably start announcing more of the movies when Episode 7 comes out around Christmas time next year.
So have you guys ever been on Wikipedia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was we did a, so I don't know if the rest of you know. I mean, Mike knows, and Brian, you might know, but and Allegra, you might know too. I'm an avid gamer, so I'm like a role player, like fucking through and through. So, yes, totally. So we just did about a year ago. We did this Star Trek campaign where we mixed the Star Wars and Star Trek universes together. Yeah, we crossed the stream, so fuck all you people who don't like that. And we did a whole like campaign, and it was with the Star Trek gaming system called LUG, Last Unicorn Games, and we did this whole fucking like year and a half long campaign. It like actually won like Obsidian Portal's Campaign of the Month, and we were in the running for Campaign of the Year. We won second place. It's like a big fucking thing we did. It was very involved. So the character that I was playing, I did a lot of research on Greedo, and found out that Greedo was actually an idiot, and he was set up by, and this is on Wikipedia, so this is like, I mean, as official as you can get with a character like Greedo.
Wow, it's canon.
Right, it's not really canon, but it's kind of close. So he was actually set up by two other Rhodian, because Greedo's a Rhodian, just so you know. So Greedo was set up by these two other Rhodians who were actually real criminals, and he was sort of like one of these like wannabes. They set him up to go after Han Solo because they knew his ass would get killed by Han Solo. Oh. So the whole scene with him like fucking with Han Solo and playing the badass is because he was a tard, and these other two were like, "Hey, you should go after this guy Han Solo. He's like a nobody." So it's kind of funny because that's sort of like the underlying like fan based sort of back history of how Greedo wound up fucking with Han Solo and getting fucking smoked because he was a tard, and two people he knew were like totally set him up.
Bastards.
Harsh, man. That's harsh.
It's fucked up. Sorry, Brian. Next item.
Yeah. So the next one, I recently found this, and I said, I don't know if this is weird. Okay, so there's a gentleman by the name of Dale Decker, all right? He developed he was the first man ever to speak publicly about a condition known as PGAS, or Persistent Genital Arousal Syndrome, all right?
I got that.
Now bear with me. So
that's like weekly. What?
So
hi, P.
So good morning.
So Mr. Decker suffered a freak accident back in 2012. He slipped a disc in his back. Now, because of that freak accident, he developed PGAS, which causes him to have 100 involuntary and often debilitating orgasms per day.
Holy cow.
Stop.
It's funny, but it's also sad because, yes,
does he have to wear rubber pants? I mean, what the fuck, man?
Yes, it's involuntary.
That's awful.
But it's also debilitating. Like, literally, it's as if, like,
Well, yeah, like how does he like go out in public or like do anything?
Well, it's really sad. I feel, you know. No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's like, apparently it's sort of like described as if he was like he would collapse as if someone was getting tased. Like it's that abrupt. He would just fall to his knees, and I'm just like, Jesus, you know. And it's a really sad condition that we now know exists in the world.
Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up?
Yeah, didn't they do a thing about some lady who had it, and she was talking about how it like basically ruined her life?
Yeah, he lost a lot of his friends. It almost ruined his marriage, and it just damaged the relationship he had with his sons as well.
You know,
like the whole family is just distraught. But it's a very interesting. Yeah.
You know, we can joke about this, and it's funny to think of it like that, but it's actually, I mean, you think about it in the long run, it's not funny when, you know, you're in a business meeting. I mean, just imagine you're in a business meeting and you're trying to close a deal and you're like, so our deficit will be, it's like fucked up, man.
Yeah.
No, that could ruin your life.
Where do I sign up?
Slip a disc in your back. Slip a disc in your back. Maybe it's like what, 1 out of 10,000 that you might get the.
That's fucked up because I like had a back injury recently. No, all right, never. Didn't happen to me.
Disc.
Slip disc.
Okay.
You say like 100 involuntary erection.
So next item on the list, it is official, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday morning cartoons are dead.
Duh.
Wait a minute. Only temporarily, because Mike and I are going to TotalCon and we're going to resurrect that motherfucker. But go ahead.
Thank you. So over the years, the CW has been changing their Saturday morning lineup, and it's gone through so many iterations. 4Kids Interactive used to own it. Now it's this thing called Vortex. And in fact, this past Saturday was the last Saturday that would air cartoons. Because back in 2008, Fox cut cartoons from Saturday mornings, and then ABC did it back in 2011 because they signed them over to Litton. And then in 2013, Vortex just started draining, and you know, now it's all about prime time, which can be good or bad because, you know, yeah, Saturday morning cartoons were great. It's great nostalgia. But look at today's television. I mean, even television as a whole is sort of struggling because of the beautiful thing known as the internet. Well,
YouTube
thing is the internet.
But Brian, if only there was a station on cable that played cartoons 24/7, maybe multiple stations that could compete for airtime and quality entertainment, and even maybe, I don't know, yeah. Did they have something like that?
They did. It'd be great if they actually showed more effing cartoons and less sitcoms and skits.
But hey, so I did a little reading on this, and I'm not totally against it because it looks like what's replacing it is educational children programming, which I'm not totally against because cartoons don't really teach kids anything, and I have a kid now, and I'm like, I want her to learn.
Oh, look who wants to save the world now that he has a kid.
Look at me! Look at the fucking hippie in the room, right? So
fucking conscience on Pete now.
Yeah, look at me! Oh, I'm a big. Anyway, so it may not be a totally bad thing. It may not be the end of the fucking world, as it were. Because they're gonna have shows like what are some of the shows they were proposing? Did you see any of that?
I don't see it on this article from Cinema Blend.
But they were proposing some science-based shows and like some educational shows and stuff. And it seemed, and they were kid related. So it's like it's not like kid programming is going away. It's just kid cartoons are going away.
Yeah, because it's more beneficial for them to be on like prime time in the after school hours anyways, if you think about it.
So like I said before, Mike and I are going to TotalCon.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, the third goddamn time.
Hold on, shut up.
He's excited.
Shut up, bastard. So we're going, and our buddies from a little group that we have formed called Indie RPG, which includes Nighthawk Games and Dilly Green Bean Games and Chapter 13 Press. We're each gonna game master. Wait a minute, hold on, I'm forgetting Blasphemy Press. So that's Steve Wallet. We're each gonna host a game at TotalCon on Saturday morning. That is a Saturday morning cartoon game, and so like I'm doing Johnny Quest, and I think Steve is from Blasphemous Press is going to do Smurfs, and I think Jay Libby is doing Flintstones. We're each doing a role-playing game based on one of the Saturday morning cartoons from our youth, and it should be a fun time. We're going to serve cereal, and we're going to show up in our pajamas. It's going to be fucking awesome.
That sounds cool.
So
I don't wear pajamas, but I'll show up.
Right, it's gonna be you're gonna be showing up, Mike, because you're gonna be filming stuff. You don't have to be in pajamas because you're gonna be working.
I'm gonna be naked. What?
So it's gonna be a fun event. Everybody I've explained this to is just like fucking awesome because we're gonna serve cereal and we're gonna have cereal and milk at the tables and we're gonna have all the different...
to serve bacon.
Well,
lots and lots of bacon.
Bacon's gonna be tough because we gotta cook it. I mean, dude, you gotta think of the strategy here. Cereal is easy. I bring a toaster, or we can make waffles and stuff. But you know, bacon requires a fryer.
Hey, you leave the bacon to me.
So anyway, so we're gonna do an event there. So we're gonna hope to keep Saturday morning cartoons alive at least for another couple months.
Alrighty, so the next thing you gotta let me know how that goes. By the way,
it's gonna be fun, dude. We're gonna have video.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
So, are any of you guys familiar with the Orion spacecraft prototype that NASA's been working on?
No.
So NASA's been working on some new upgrades and innovative designs for spacecrafts, and the prototype Orion spacecraft is just about ready for testing. Now, what makes the spacecraft very special is the spacecraft is supposedly able to sustain 4 astronauts, from astronauts ranging from sizes to a 4'10" to 6'5". 4 astronauts, sustain them for 21 days in space.
Ooh, that's a long time in space.
21 days. So they're hoping if this prototype goes well, then advances for longer space flight and, you know, interplanetary travel will go really well. So they've just finished doing some preliminary tests, and now they're actually going to start doing the actual prototyping tests, and maybe we'll see this bad boy send our boys to Mars soon.
Yeah, this is different than what SpaceX is doing then? Because I forgot what the ship that the SpaceX guys are working on. Does anyone know offhand?
Not offhand, no. Because I know that what's making the Orion spacecraft, NASA's Orion spacecraft special is because it's almost ready. You know, I don't know how far the SpaceX program has gone on their craft, but, you know, I mean, it's a substantial advancement, you know, holding 4 adults, sustaining them for 21 days in space.
Actually, you know, I was going to say something about that. I was like, you know, there were people up there that stayed more than 21 days. I mean, shit, Chris Hadfield's been up there more than 21, but not 4 people. So that is a difference. So
yeah,
multiple, like four fucking people. That's a lot of people. 21 days. And look, for anyone watching this show who thinks, you know, who wants to trivialize, 21 days in space, that's nothing.
Shit.
Fuck off. Okay, so read Packing for Mars by Mary Roach. All right, so you get an idea of what it's like to fucking go into space and what it's like to be in space, okay? Because there's all kinds of shit to being in space. Speaking of shit, that is rough, okay? Because, like, for example, when you shit in space, right? So when you take a crap on your toilet, no one can hear you grunt. No, hear me out. No. Hear me out.
Great parody for Alien.
No, listen. Hear me out. This is like really important. It's like when you take a crap at your home, right? You sit on the toilet, you poop, and shit drops down in the water, right? When there's no gravity, nothing drops. Okay, so you take a poop, and that stuff stays right there. So, like, how do you get that poop somewhere else, right? So you need like on the space station, they've come up with like a vacuum system. In the early days, they had like a bag, and you would literally wrap it like you pick up dog shit when you take your dog for a walk. You'd put a bag around your hand, and you would scoop that shit out. And they actually had they had a euphemism for like any pieces that got away. They called them escapees. And that shit would float around in your spacecraft, right? And you didn't want that like in your eye or in your instruments, right? Exactly. So I mean, like you think that shit's trivial, but it's not. It's like a big fucking deal. Okay, so like to live in space with 4 other people, and space is a premium. So it's like they're gonna send these people up. They're not gonna give them like a fucking hotel-sized room. You're gonna be in a small capsule. So you have to live in a small capsule with 21 people, for 21 days with 4 people. Right? You all have to shit together, eat together, live together, drink together, eat together, all that stuff. It is not a trivial thing. It is not a trivial thing. So that's amazing that they're doing that.
I know what they'll call that room where everyone's shitting. That's the suppository.
Oh, God. All right, Brian, next story.
Hold on. I just wanted to say really quickly. I just looked this up real quick. The SpaceX, actually, it's the Dragon spacecraft, which was taken out by 2 Falcon 9 stage rockets. It's actually, I don't know, docked at the ISS right now. It was what they flew up to refuel and bring stuff to the International Space Station. So that was, and I do remember hearing about that last week. So it was a mission success.
Cool. But, Dragon, so like dragon farts?
No, it's not. Not at all.
Hey, do you guys know what dragon farts are?
It's the opposite of that.
Do you guys know what dragon farts are?
No.
No answer? Okay, so a dragon fart it's when you fart in one room and you drag it into another.
Drag it on into another room.
So that's what your dog has been doing.
Right, it has been doing that. Anyway, so Brian, on to serious issues. What's next?
That's all I got.
Okay, all right. Well, that about.
I say it's 12:01. I say we put this.
Let's go.
Let's kill this bitch. All right, so Paul, thank you for coming on the show. It's fucking awesome having you on again. You're a fantastic guest. Next time you write a book, please hit us up. We will have you on again.
All right, fantastic.
And hey, why don't you tuck Mama Marsh in, will you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tuck her in sweetly.
Mama Marsh, it's bedtime. Time for you to turn down the sheets, get nestled in the covers, lay your head down, and wait for Mr. Sandman to come and bugger you.
That was done so sweetly till the very end.
I knew something was going to go wrong, but it could have been worse, Mom. It could have been worse.
I love you, Paul. All right, so anyway,
you rock.
So Paul's book is The Black. You can find it on Amazon. Check the links out on our show. Also check out his books, The Street, and Paul. What else, Paul? The
Garaga's Children.
Garaga's Children.
Tattoo, Closet Treats. Yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
Buy when it comes out later this year.
Buy all of Paul's books. They're awesome. Paul's a great writer.
Shit.
Buy his shit now.
Buy my shit.
Right. Buy his shit before they escape.
Before they become escapees, right? So Mike, thanks for a great game. You edited that awesome. And
Thank you. I'm getting better. I'm leveling up in video editing.
Yes, you are. And everybody, I'm gonna run the closer, so shut the fuck up.
You've just enjoyed the MythWits. Join us for a live broadcast next week and every week, Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss our live show, you can always catch the encore episodes and the podcast version at our website and on iTunes. Make sure to check out our website at mythwits.com, and of course visit us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and iTunes. MythWits is a Studio187.com production and protected under an attribution, non-commercial, no derivatives, Creative Commons work. You can download and share it with whoever you like. Just don't change it and don't try to make money with it. Make sure to check out Studio187.com for more cool stuff. See you next week.